Garrett says, hey, it's Ira's birthday today. No kidding. He only told us 40 times. You know.
There's cake in here for him.
Well, you're very sweet. That's very nice of you. But he doesn't need cake. He doesn't need
he brings me a cake every Friday morning. If I didn't come here with some sort of baked product, he would have been upset.
Who gives him the cakes? He doesn't buy the cake.
They come in a plastic bag as if he is buying them every day.
There's no receipt, though. I'm guessing
plastic bag like a Twinkie?
Like a grocery store bag.
Oh, well. All right, he buys it then.
I'm thinking
and you don't need any more cake either, do you? You really need a lot of cake?
Listen, sometimes I give it to the homeless people that sleep on 49th Street, okay? I do my part as a good citizen.
You want to hear something else? Gary, you'll agree with me. I don't think the homeless need cake.
No, there's a nice man that sits on 49th Street, and he has one of those catering, what are those called? The fire to keep the food warm. And he just, lives by that. So I gave him, usually it's the raisin loaf, because I don't like raisin.
There's a guy in Iran that for 60 years hasn't bathed and smokes a pipe of animal feces. And he is like the worst homeless man I've ever seen. His skin is just stained black.
Does he need a cake?
Maybe.
I have an extra at my desk from last Friday.
What they need to do is they need to get the enzymes out of these people and find out how most of us would be dead or have whatever disease, What are those big sores on the homeless's legs?
Gangrene. There's a guy that walks through the subway, through the doors, and then he comes to the end of the subway car and apologizes for exposing his legs and then asks you for money. And when he walks past you, I think you can see his bone. It's that deep in the cut, the open wounds.
Well, this guy in Iran says that cleanliness makes him sick, so he decided 60 years ago to not bathe and smoke a pipe of poop.
Well, there is something to that. There are people that say that if you wash too much, you wash off important bacteria. So perhaps he got the flu after a nice hot shower. And that's it. But I don't know that I believe things that come from overseas. People send me things all the time. I don't,
It's the Daily Mail from,
he doesn't believe
Britain.
Those. Unless he sends them himself, then he believes them.
No,
There's a
I
picture of him in Iran with his poop pipe. And he looks like a coal miner, this black hair, dreadlocked. Ugh.
God, his breath must be.
Oh,
man, his whole face looks like poop.
Now in Iran, they chop people's fingers off and their heads and all. They have a thing in a stadium, right? Why don't they bring that group in there and say, look, if you don't start bathing and stop smoking the poop pipe.
I think he lives, where no one else
chop your
lives.
head off.
He just ran away into some.
Well, the neighbors aren't going to handle that stench from the poop pipe if they're downwind, especially.
Well, I had trouble yesterday believing that a man shot another man in a movie theater over texting. And then you read about the man that did the shooting, and he is a pillar of society. Had been a policeman for 20 years, was a murder investigator, Yeah. And it's in Florida, and everybody said this is a great guy. He's in his 70s. And he was at the movie theater with his son, who is an off-duty policeman. The son had gone to get, some drinks or whatever. And the guy in front of him is texting. Well, let me tell you what happened. They got into an argument over the texting. You're correct. It was during the previews. And I think he stopped texting or whatever, and then he started again, and then the old guy said something to him, and the guy that was killed threw popcorn on the old guy, threw a box of popcorn at him.
Witnesses say they don't know. All of a sudden, the popcorn just kind of appeared during the argument. No one knows who threw it.
Did he shoot to kill, or did he shoot to wound?
Oh, he did. Oh, no, he got him.
I think he was sitting right next to him or right
Yeah, but I mean, if
him.
you blow somebody's in the foot, then the intent is for them to live, right?
No, he went center mass.
After officers, the man's name is Curtis Reeves. After officers read him his rights. He said, look, this guy hit me in the face with a projectile. And that's when I removed my 380 caliber gun from my pants pocket and fired the gun and struck him one time in the chest. So the guy must have turned around. I was in fear of being attacked. Now, immediately, his attorney, and I'll read the attorney's name, Carlos Escobar. No, Richard. Richard, I love defense attorneys. I absolutely love them. He says immediately, there is a lot more to this story than people know. So, Mr. Escobar says there was probable cause, okay? And what you people are saying he did is very weak. My client was the victim of an attack, said Escobar. Mr. Olson threw something at him, possibly popcorn. And at that point in time, my client had every right to defend himself.
You ever get one of those kernels stuck in your teeth? Oof.
Well, it's bad.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't know. And you don't know that popcorn box could have had a penis in it, for all you know.
The corner of those are really sharp, too, the box.
Yeah, very horrible. Attorney Escobar said Mr. Reeves had lived in the Tampa Bay area, worked for the police department for 20 years, retired, 2 grown children, praised for his problem-solving abilities.
Well,
and his ability to manage stressful situations.
He did both of those. He managed it.
No. Captain Reeves, now he's Captain Reeves. Captain Reeves not only has the ability to act decisively when necessary, but he has the foresight to initiate the proper course of action to avoid a conflict. Well, now wait a minute.
Well, he didn't do that.
That didn't sound good. Now his son comes back, and the son is, in shock. And here's the gunfire. And some other cop came up and he resisted for a moment, then he put the gun down. Early in his career, and we've gone all the way back now, Captain Reeves did have a tendency to be impatient. He did. And he may have been abrupt every now and again. Aha!
Was he curt?
He was.
He was a little curt.
Aha! He was reprimanded, in 1968.
Oh.
Come on. The neighbors say he's a stand-up guy. Love having him in the neighborhood.
After he left the force, he was the head of some private security team, too. I mean, he just constantly was doing the right thing, apparently.
Sounds like you're talking about George Zimmerman. Coincidentally.
Well, I have no idea what the situation is, but I wanted to go behind the story. Jay Thomas goes behind the story. Hispanics are very upset with Obamacare because when you go online, they claim that it's in Spanglish. It's not Spanish. It's a mixture of English and Spanish, and they're totally insulted. Okay? You can't win with these immigrants. You just can't.
Don't most of them speak in Spanglish anyway?
I agree. They do because they have to.
Yeah.
But I think when they're relaxing at home or when they want to really be, communicated to, they want to be spoken to in just regular old Spanish. So I wanted to go behind the story. So I went online and pretended I was a Hispanic.
Wow.
And I went to TNA Health O Caro. I thought that was weird.
Were you Johnny Rocketto?
I was. De donde ouchie was one of the things there. Do you have pain, I guess. One was really bad. I asked how much, and it said mucho Robert De Niro insurancio. Thought that was odd. You're going to see me in my living room writing this shit out.
You're lucky Kevin's not here yet.
Dying laughing. I'm in there dying laughing at my own shit. Meanwhile, 30% of Hispanics lack insurance. 20% of African Americans and 10% of white people lack insurance. So the Hispanics are just not going for this at all. Here's the funny part. Okay, pay the $100 and shut up. Pay. It's $100 fine. Pay it. What's the big deal? I mean, people make such a big deal out of nothing. They'll figure it out, and one day your children and your children's children will have, health care insurance, and they will figure it out. Okay? And, and the other day there was a $1.1 trillion budget, and there's no extra money for Barack Obama's health care plan. So that means that it's not going to get a lot better because the Congress doesn't believe in it. So or the Republicans don't want to believe in it. So okay, there you go. But it'll be, look, I dare you to go online and see what they said about any of it. Welfare, Social Security. That was during, Roosevelt. And then during LBJ, Lyndon Johnson, there was a Medicaid, Medicare, and then unemployment insurance was many years ago also. They hated all of it. People hated all that shit. You hate all that stuff, don't you, Garrett?
All of it?
Well, you don't like helping people.
I just don't see nothing the government runs works well. I just don't think they're going to handle healthcare well. There's no incentive.
Well, wait a minute. What about the insurance? When you call the insurance company, you're happy with the response?
At least they have an incentive or competition to try to be the best. With the government, there's no incentive. You just look at the DMV. People. They have no rush in their job because what does it matter? They're going to keep their job no matter what. There's no one else you can go to.
Oh, and they're so mean to you there. And they just can be.
And I just see that.
That's so weird. The DMV in California, you make an appointment and you show up at forever. You make an appointment or you go in and stand in line, but you make an appointment and you go in at 3:00 and there's your appointment. And you sit down and you do whatever you have to do. Did you know that?
No, it's not like that here.
You go online, you make an appointment. Yeah.
If you have a dog and you just hope the dog does the right thing, he's not going to. But if you have a dog and you give him treats and you praise him when he does the right thing, then they keep doing the right thing. With the government, it's just we hope the people do the right thing, and that never works out.
All right.
No?
Jimmy Fallon, I guess, has he started? Is he now the guy? Is Leno off the air? Is that over?
Yeah, I think it.
Or is it February?
The people behind the scenes are getting paid, but I believe his show stopped because they wanted to use the Olympics to launch Jimmy Fallon.
So Leno's in reruns?
That's what I heard. I'm not sure though. I'm looking it up now.
So after the Olympics, it'll be Jimmy Fallon. There are many people that think he'll bring young people back to late night TV, and he'll, Leno's already beaten Letterman handily.
Fallon takes over on February 17th.
Yeah, and they think that he will, whatever Conan has, which is nothing, they'll crush him. But I will tell you that he does do some variety show stuff that I think is pretty cool, and people love going to the show. Do you have his song about the bridge fiasco there in New Jersey? Yeah. Now, this is Jimmy Fallon. We played Robert Downey Jr. yesterday, who sang like Sting. Listen to this. It's Fallon. Well, that wasn't so good.
In the day we sweated out on the streets, stuck in traffic on the GW.
Sounds just like Springsteen.
They shut down the toll booths of glory, 'cause we didn't endorse Christie. Sprung from cages on highway, now we got 3 lanes closed, so Jersey, get your ass in line. Oh, maybe this bridge gate was just payback. It's a bitch slap to the state Democrats. We gotta get out, but we can't. We're stuck in Governor Chris Christie's Fort Lee, New Jersey traffic jam.
And does Bruce come out? Has Bruce come out yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Here he comes out of the
Here
spotlight.
he comes.
Doesn't
Here
even
comes
look
the
like
real Bruce Springsteen. Here he comes.
Sleeveless denim vest,
With the
bandana.
great muscles.
He puts
Yeah,
on
great
quite a
muscles.
show.
Governor, let me in. I wanna be your friend.
Now, who is this?
Be no part.
Bruce.
That's the boss, baby.
They sound exactly
Let me
alike.
wrap my legs round your mighty rims and relieve your stressful condition. You got Wall Street masters stuck cheek to cheek with blue-collar truckers, and man, I really gotta take a leak. But I can't. I'm stuck in Governor Chris Christie's Fort Lee, New Jersey traffic jam.
Wow. Is Fallon playing the guitar?
Yes.
This bit would have killed Jay Leno. They'd have had to hospitalize him.
Why is that?
Too old. But isn't Bruce Springsteen 60-something years old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But till then, you're killing the working man who's stuck in the Governor Chris Christie Fort Lee, New Jersey traffic jam.
So here's my question. If Robert Downey Jr. can sing like Sting, and if Fallon can sing like Bruce Springsteen, it's weird to me these are these great singers, and yet they're easily imitated to where you wouldn't even know it wasn't them. Isn't that odd? You find that odd? I do. You know. What do you mean?
That's how people make a living. Is impersonation.
I know the Beatles, the cover groups and Fish and
Who is it?
all
Pablo
of that nonsense.
Francisco?
I do impressions of Ethel Merman.
Well, I know you do. I know you do.
Pablo
But-
Francisco, doesn't he do the In a World? That guy?
But if you're so great, you shouldn't. People shouldn't be able to imitate you. No one could ever.
People do impersonations of you.
You could never imitate me. No one could imitate me.
rid of
No, they
them.
could.
And
No,
Letterman
no one.
and Johnny Carson. People
No one-
imitate all the
no.
greats. Bob Dylan.
Rich Little can
Not-
imitate you.
Not so you wouldn't know it was them. I'm telling you. You know, there is a guy that who doesn't, and I believed it was Letterman. Who's the guy that Howard has? Oh my God,
Yeah. I don't know.
he sounds just like him. I mean, it's pretty.
Maybe we need to
that's
have
pretty
a
scary.
Sound Like Jay Thomas contest. We had an Ira
Well,
contest.
With the way my voice sounds, I don't know if I'm going to ever have another. I have no, they don't know whether I'm going to have. My voice is deeper, but also I have kind of a, mush mouth now.
I kind of
But-
like it.
but-
Sexy.
Well, they say it's going to go away. It'll just take, many months before it does. But,
How do you
I
feel
sound like I
today
just
after
woke
your
up.
deep tissue massage yesterday?
Well, I had trouble yesterday, but I ended up being okay. I took a nap before I came in, and I was fine, but really weird.
Were you
that,
sore today?
No, not sore. She didn't do a thing hard. It was so light that it was stupid.
Yeah.
She just, and I actually, after it was over, I said, that woman did nothing,
Yeah.
I get home and I was like, what happened? Whatever she did, it got my lymphatic system, draining or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I lay down for like an hour, and then when I got up, I was okay, and I came in, did the show, and then I went and played golf yesterday. I was fine.
Oh,
But,
good.
yeah, now I'm doing it myself. You just have to rub your, I don't know.
I rub myself.
I rub myself everywhere. Let's go to Dale, who's in Alberta. Yes, Dale, go ahead from Alberta, Canada. Yes.
Hey, Jay. Just wanted to comment on Jared about the incentive with the government stuff. Years ago, they switched our licensing system to the private sector, and for my registration at that time, it was $10 a year, and now we're paying over $100.
Wait a minute. You mean
maybe-
the automobile, your truck or whatever is licensed privately now?
Yeah, the registration.
So the province doesn't get the money. The private company gets the money. That's weird.
Oh no, they give money to the province, a portion of it, but they just there was a lot of licensed centers for a while, and they all started to die off, and now there's only a couple in each town, and there's no incentive to compete, and you basically, they set the price, eh?
Well, there are people that want to sell all the bridges. They want to sell all the parks to private enterprise. Now, Kevin, if you brought your daughter to a park and you walked through and it said, this park is maintained by Budweiser, would that bother you?
Well, I think we should stick with our original plan as
Really?
Teddy Roosevelt,
Teddy Roosevelt, that's right. Mm-hmm.
He was one of the reasons, and John Muir, of course.
That's right.
With the National Park Service, and we should keep those. Yes, we could sell them, and we could be out of debt with China. We could sell the Grand Canyon to the Chinese, and our debt would be eliminated. But what would you rather have, the debt, or would you rather have the Grand Canyon?
Well, I think it's about upkeep and stuff like that, and it would cost more. You'd pay $20, to get in. But I got to tell you, we have a beautiful mountain range up above here.
Right
Los
above
Padres.
you, yes, beautiful.
Yeah, the Los Padres National Forest. So if you go on the weekends, there's kind of it's a creek called Red Creek or whatever it is, and it's nothing but gang scum at the creek. That's all it is. It is nothing but gang scum. And then you drive
Do you
even
think people
further
from
up.
Budweiser would be able to, squash that? They would have their own
The gang
security?
scum would not pay. They wouldn't pay.
Oh, they would have to
five-
pay to go in. I see.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They wouldn't pay 5 cents to
Well,
get
they would
to the
sneak.
bar.
They would sneak in.
You go in. No, they wouldn't sneak in. Budweiser would have people all over the place or whatever. And then we have a shooting range up there, which the Indians say is we're shooting bullets over their dead relatives or whatever. And I yelled at them, "What are you, Croatians?"
You're just looking for trouble. You
Who
really
do you
are.
think you are? Chechens?
Oh.
We're shooting guns over the bones of your
And I hope
ancestors.
the Chechens aren't downstairs when we leave today.
Hey, booga booga, I think I see your granddad on a white horse. Yeah, I would like to go to the park, pay my money, and not have to see the scum, swimming in the. I stay upstream of them because they're all pissing in the water and stuff, and it's also motorcycle. Tattoo scumbags jumping around. The Hells Angels are, I don't know if you know this or not, but they have this initiation where they all sleep with your woman, and then they urinate on blue jeans. You have to wear them a month.
Really?
Yeah. I tried to be a member of the Hells Angels. I couldn't wear the jeans. My girlfriend.
You have to wear urine-stained
Yeah.
jeans. Are they
one
dry
month.
at least?
It dries, but it smells like urine the whole time. You can't.
Don't
take them
most
off.
of you
Gotta
guys
sleep.
have that problem because you dribble a
No.
little bit?
No. Okay.
I dribble,
First of all,
I'm
this
proud.
really bothers me. There's this commercial on TV for Men's Depends where men are dribbling into their underpants. Have you seen this commercial?
No.
Jay, have you seen this? The guy,
No,
Mike
I'm
Farouk?
still stuck on the catheter.
You know what I'm talking
shit.
about?
I can't get that out of my head right now.
Is it the guy that's all construction-like and he's a big guy
Yeah, he's a
and
big
he's like,
guy.
there's nothing to be ashamed of about the pens, that kind of guy?
Nothing to be ashamed of. Sometimes you get a little dribble in your pants. There's nothing to be... Yes, there's a lot that... Nobody is leaking in their pants.
And they have Wes Welker does it, and Tony Siragusa do
Yeah,
the
Tony
ad.
Siragusa. Who is Tony Siragusa?
He's a big
Former
football
football
player.
player.
Was a former
And
football
And
player.
sometimes you
And now
do
he
a little
dribbles
leak-
out of his dick.
Now he's dribbling out of his... I mean, if this is a huge problem. If you're dribbling out of if you're leaking into your underpants.
That's right.
Do you have that problem, Jay? I hope not.
Well, you guys don't
I-
wipe, so there's always going to be a little something. If
Listen.
you don't shake it 3 times or something, there might be
I
a little...
want it to be.
This makes me sick.
And now
Hold
I'm
on, hold
training
on.
guys who leak a little to guard their manhood with man-style protection of new Depend shields and guards.
This is
Who are you?
fucked up.
My house. Perfect. Come with me. Build your little man space under here. How about that? Sweet. See, Depend shields and guards are made to fit guys. That's awesome. I trained that guy. Now it's your turn. Go online for my tips to help guard your manhood with new Depend shields and guards.
John LaJoy had this idea
What
in
is wrong
the
with
show
people?
The League, and it's like a P-bib or something where you just kind
Just
of...
bib?
Yeah, you just tie a little bib. It's not like an underwear or like a
Nobody
maxi pad.
is
It's just like a
leaking.
bib.
There's
Well,
No, there are people that are
do.
leaking.
No,
People
no,
do.
no.
You can't make that bold
No.
statement.
No,
There are.
yes,
I bet
I
Garrett's
can.
a
I've
leaker.
seen plenty of
Garrett's a
leaky
leaker.
pants around this building here.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
Well, they're probably fat.
Well,
Big,
All right, no.
fat people are doing that, okay?
Let
Because
me
they're
tell you
drinking
what it is.
huge
No.
amounts of
No,
liquids.
you don't want to wait the entire time. So you pee, and you should stand and you should shake and you should make sure it's all out, and then put your penis back into your underwear. And I know that I get tired of waiting. I get tired.
Tired
And
of waiting for what?
I've done that. Yeah, but you
Yeah,
think you're
for the-
done, or you don't feel like,
Yeah.
or there's
it
just
out.
like a little drip,
Drip.
yeah.
or you push it over the top of your underwear, and then when you
Yeah.
release that tension underneath, a little extra spills
Mm-hmm.
out.
Well, the only way they can really cure it, and as an
Okay.
operation,
All right.
is they take and this has been done for years. They take a nostril hair and
No,
they
they
implant. Oh no, it's true. Dale, maybe Dale of Canada. I don't know if they do this or they pay for it there, but I know they do it in Europe. They take a nostril hair.
Yes.
And they put it into they actually surgically put it into the tip of your penis. I'm not joking.
They don't.
They do.
Of course
they
you're
do.
joking.
Well, it's
No.
supposed to act like,
And-
it stops the snot.
It
so
takes
it
a little
stops the
while.
pee.
It takes a little. Well, what happens is
like a filter?
after it heals and you've got the hair from your nostril in there,
Yes.
a little dribble of pee will start to form, and then your penis just goes, and that's it. It goes right back. All right. We'll be right back. There you go. That's a good one.
The Jay Thomas Show.
I got so much feedback saying they loved it. And I'm like, what show are you guys doing?
Jay Thomas
He's the afternoon guy.
on Indy.
Sirius XM 104.
Trust is hardwired into the brain. We are hardwired to trust people. We are social beings. Trust develops over the first few months of our lives. When you trust someone, it releases a chemical from your hypothalamus called oxytocin, which is a feel-good chemical. It's the trust love drug in a way. And the hypothalamus, when releasing oxytocin, the oxytocin actually dampens the effects from the amygdala, which is the alarm system of the brain. So when you feel that sense of trust with a lover in bed, you forget temporarily about the dangers out in the world or the possibility that you're going to die one day. Instead, you find the bliss, the saturated oxytocin high that you get from this.
That is Jason Silva.
However,
who is
we
the
also
host
know
of
from
Brain Games on Nat Geo. We'll have him come on in about 20 minutes. Wow, Christina, could you ever live with or date a man of that type
No.
of intelligence?
No.
Never.
Plus,
No.
his abs, I think, are for
You think
days.
you ever plays beer pong? That guy. He ever does that?
Well, I did ride the elevator with him. He might play beer pong, but maybe he'd make it into a, like a trivia game.
Yeah, he'd figure out like all the correct angles somehow and win every time.
Bounce it off the wall.
Yeah.
But
Take the fun
Brain
out of it.
Games will show you black and white photographs, and somehow your brain will think they're in color. They will levitate volunteers. They will predict not only your age, but what characteristics you find attractive without you even saying anything. And so Jason Silva from Brain Games will be here. And then later on, a woman who lives in a house that's at an intersection that has been hit by cars 11 times in 30 years. And she and her husband do not plan on moving or moving the house or anything. And you would think there would be a stop sign or a sleeping policeman or something in front of her home, and there is not. And I call a sleeping policeman. You call it a speed bump. I'm sorry, a speed bump.
One
Isn't that
guy
funny?
crashed into their house and his head stuck in the siding. They came home.
Yeah.
And
Did
his
he
head
die?
was- one person they believe has died from.
They've had a death, yeah. So we have those are our two guests today. Mark of Texas, it's the Jay Thomas Show. Kevin Meaney's back in New York. I'm
Hey,
still
buddy,
in
how you
California.
doing?
I'm good, thank you. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, when you were talking about the shooting in Florida there.
Yeah, the cop who said I was hit with popcorn, and that caused me. I was under attack. I pulled the gun and I killed the man. And his lawyer, Richard Escobar, is saying they shouldn't even have this guy in jail. It's self-defense.
Stand your ground.
Right.
That's right.
But then now, was it the wife got shot in the hand? If you shot both people, How's that justifiable?
I think the bullet went through the guy and got into his girlfriend's hand.
No, the girl put her hand up, trying to save her husband, and the bullet went through her hand and then went into his heart, was it? Or his chest, I think. I think it went into his
all
chest.
right. Yeah, the way it was said yesterday, I thought he shot the guy once and then the girlfriend in the hand or some shit like that. I didn't know.
Now, have you heard of when you go to the upscale grocery stores, Mark? Have you ever seen the Rayo's brand sauces?
Tomato sauce, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Olive oil, Rayo's. Mark, have you ever heard of that place?
$7
Rayo's.
Rayo's, yeah. I think I know what you talk about.
Rayo's is they have one in Vegas, which is just a regular restaurant, but the real Rayo's is a really fabulous place, and they have no telephone, and you can't make a reservation, and you can only know somebody who will get you in to Rayo's. And the owner of it played the FBI guy on The Sopranos, and he owns Rayo's. And so you go in there, and there'll be the old grandpa and the grandma still cooks or whatever, but it's in Harlem, and I mean in the middle of Harlem. It's never been robbed. They've never had a problem because, you know, they'll get the tough guys.
The mob owns it.
Fuck them up, whatever.
Right.
Well, there was a woman in there, and the woman was singing. And she just stands up, and somebody gets on the piano, and she sings some, operatic songs or Italian songs. And there was a guy in there eating his spaghetti or whatever, very expensive and everything else. And he says something about the woman kind of loudly, like, if I sang like that or looked like that or whatever, I shaved my dog's
backward.
All that stuff, right. This guy says that this guy should not have insulted that woman like that, goes out to his car, gets a gun, comes back into Rayo's, shoots the guy pulls the gun, and lead starts flying, and a friend of mine was there with his granddaughter, and the bullets were whizzing by him, and the guy from The Sopranos gets shot in the foot. Did you know this, Kevin? You ever hear about this shooting?
No, I didn't hear about this either.
The guy that insulted the woman was shot dead by this young guy who was defending her honor, and he used that as his defense in court, and he's doing life in prison. But it's just weird, I'm insulted.
I know she won't go back. The woman that was singing, she'll never go back.
Now that Rayo's, what is it, R-I-O?
No, R-A-O, Rayo's.
Okay.
And it's good, and the stuff is all good and everything else. Years ago, it was Christmas time, and I'd come home from somewhere, maybe college or whatever. My girlfriend and I broke up, and it was Christmas Eve. I go to the movie theater alone, and I'm already pissed off, and everybody's having a good time all over the town, and I'm broken up with. So I'm sitting in there, and some guys were drunk, and the show's over at midnight, and this drunk guy, they're drinking beer in the movie theater. He lights a bottle rocket, and it goes right at me, and zooms right past me, and yeah. Now I'm already pissed off. Pissed off. So I go over to the guy, and he's drunk, and I grab him, and when I hit him, it was like a movie. Mm-hmm. He flew like a, he had no muscles, he had no ability. Yeah, and he flew backwards into his three drunken friends. And, I looked at my fist like, Jesus Christ, how did I do that? And his friend said, hey, man, he's drunk. You could really mess his brain up doing that. But, I was so incensed by the bottle rocket. Let's say I had killed him. Let's say I hit this drunken guy, and I paralyze him or I kill him or whatever. I guess I would have gone to jail.
No,
but
because
I was blind with rage.
But he shot a bottle rocket at you, so you had to defend yourself. So
I don't remember anything. I just left my seat, went across the aisle, and said, what are you, fucking nuts? Bam. But when I drove home, I was shaking, thinking, God damn, I could have gone to jail.
Right.
The only good thing was everybody in the theater thought it was great that I slugged the asshole. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I thought,
quiet him down.
By the way, I never get into a physical confrontation that I'm not positive I can win.
Right, well,
Ever.
Yeah, that's a smart way of doing it.
Ever.
Well, I got a little story.
I already knew, Garrett, that he was unable to defend himself before I struck.
Oh, you had the upper hand anyway. You struck. So.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Mark in Texas. All right.
All right, buddy.
Ira the Weatherman is entering our studios right now. It's his birthday. He must be 115 years old. Ira, happy birthday to you, Ira the Weatherman. Bump, bump.
Ira, happy birthday.
Thank you.
He forgot how to use all of the equipment for his birthday.
Yeah, I did. Oh, you're supposed to.
Yeah, you turn the dial.
Don't turn it up too loud. You'll go blind.
I know.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Ira.
Thank you. Thank
I want you to know
Happy
something.
birthday. Happy birthday, baby.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
I want you to know something. Christina went over and got you some cupcakes or something.
I know, Jay.
He walks into the
Yeah.
studio, and the first thing he does is look at me and goes, I don't eat this.
I don't eat cakes anymore, Jay.
But it's still
I
a
know that.
birthday
Yes.
celebration. Or, there's a
Yeah.
candle.
You know what, Ira?
You
Don't
blow out
worry.
the
Don't,
candle.
Ira,
Broccoli
don't
for
worry. Christina can figure out what to do with the.
Yeah,
Well-
don't worry. There's plenty of room in this ass
Jay,
for those
can I
cupcakes.
tell you that for the past few days, I've lost from 190 to 185.
Is this weight? Wait, hold on. Is this weight or is this at the casino?
The weight.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Congratulations.
Maybe you should read the card we got you then.
Well, maybe I should read the
That's
card.
right.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
the card out. It's a big day.
He's opening up the
This
card.
is a big day.
Don't you like that, Kevin? It's a theater of the mind.
I was wishing that somebody got me a microphone and I would stay out on the streets.
Is that what the card says?
No, he still hasn't opened up the
Oh,
card.
I thought he was reading. I thought he was reading.
No, that's coming from his
Read-
head. All right, he's reading the
Read-
card now.
Read the card.
Brainy, the Brain Muffin would like to wish you happy birthday.
The Bran Muffin would like to wish you a happy
Bran
birthday.
Muffin.
The Bran Muffin
Bran
would
Muffin.
like to wish
Brandy
you a
the Bran
happy
Muffin.
Brandy the
Brandy
Bran Muffin.
The Bran Muffin would like to wish you a happy birthday.
Keep up the weight loss. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Garrett?
So it's about.
Also,
about
happy
eating-
birthday.
He didn't read the
Or-
inside of the card yet.
Oh, read the inside of the card, Ira. Read the inside.
With every fiber of his being, have a healthy, happy birthday. Love
Wow.
you so much, Kevin and Kate. Oh, thank
isn't that nice?
Oh, that's
You
very
see,
nice.
everybody signed
Ira.
for you.
Jay
Madal
Thomas
signed for
Show.
you.
Ira, do you understand the meaning of Brandy the Bran Muffin and with every fiber of its being? Do you know what that
That's
means?
right.
What does it mean?
Muffin has a lot of fiber.
And it makes you go to the bathroom and keeps you
That's
healthy.
right.
And we have
That
a-
is
So that's
right.
you know what? That's actually a shitty card.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We have a
card.
special message for Ira, too.
Hello, my name is Camilla Douchehead. I am here to wish Ira the very merry birthday. I am in England, and I want to wish Ira my best regards for his birthday. When I was in America on my African excursion, I was listening to the radio, and then I heard his voice, and I was like, this is hilarious. And so, Ira, since then, I have been your biggest fan. One day, I watched your YouTube videos and you were talking about Atlantic City. And so when I was on a trip to America, I'm a very high-class businesswoman, just to let you know, I decided to go there. But I realized it was all weird people. After that, now, but still I gambled and, I did stuff like that.
How long does this go on?
It was
How
very,
long?
very,
20 more
very
seconds.
fun. So, anyway, I will make you all the shortbread you want for your birthday and have a very happy day. And
Thank
I'm
you.
sending you Santa Claus in the mail. Bing, bing, bing. Boom, boom, boom. Walla, walla, wing, walla.
Very nice. Very nice.
Coaching her.
Thank you.
Now, who was she supposed to be? Mary Poppins?
No, she was Camilla Douchehead. That was her name, Camilla Douchehead.
I didn't hear douchehead. You heard your daughter say
I
douchehead?
did. She goes, "What's my name?"
Does your daughter know what?
Hello, my name is Camilla Douchehead.
Thank you.
Jared, don't choke. He's dying.
Let's go to Joe of Alabama. Wow, Joe, it's unbelievable the happiness in our studios. Can you feel the birthday happiness out there in Alabama?
Oh, Christina has spread the word, but I haven't got a crazy accent like that lady before me.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do.
Hey, I just wanted to wish Ira a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Gadsden,
You know, you have the accent of one of those guys that would burn a black church. But other than that, you sound fine.
Ira, Marianne from Brooklyn called earlier also to wish
My
you a
pleasure.
happy birthday.
Joe, that's very kind of you to call and wish Ira a happy birthday. Thank you so much.
What's the weather down there?
Well, for us, it's cold. For y'all probably think it's springtime or something.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
about,
Joe of Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve on Facebook
Thank you.
says, here's wishing Ira 74 degrees of happiness.
Oh, thank you.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's beautiful. Jay, I
Yes.
invited a lot of people into the studio from across the river, east and west and north and south. I'm gonna bring in.
I hope security's not going to let him in.
Across the hall.
Yeah,
Hold
they
on,
can't come in.
Jay. I'm bringing her right to the microphone.
Who is
Works
this?
in the back. Hold on.
Hi, Jay. Happy birthday, Ira.
Thank you, Morale.
Is that morale?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
She's having a
back.
red velvet cupcake.
Morale is
She's
the
the
helper.
She's
in
the
ladies'
end-all,
room.
be-all of Sirius.
She's the helper in the ladies' room when the women go to the bathroom. Morale is there with a fresh towel and a little spritz down there.
Don't worry, Morale.
Thank you so
Nobody's
much.
listening. It's fine.
Let's go to Sandy, who's in Pennsylvania.
Hi, Sandy.
Let's interrupt the
Sandpaper
holiday, the birthday celebration, and get back to the show. Sandy, go ahead. Yes, Sandy.
Hi, I just wanted to say first, I love the show and I love the time change because I listen every day and I start work at 3 o'clock and I drive a lot.
Let me say something. I get all these emails about here at 104 and a lot of stuff, and then I get them about the 101 show. I'm going to make this announcement now, and I hope you all hear it. There are program directors, and there is a president of Sirius XM. Those things have to go to them or to him. And when they come to me, there's nothing I can do with them, because if I send them on, it's like I'm bragging, look, I got this thing that says how great I am, and the show moved, or what's the explanation, or whatever. And, find out who those people are, send it to the programming department or something. But I get all these, emails all the time. I can't do a thing. And I know it drives you crazy that I can't demand anything, I can't ask for anything, and I haven't the faintest idea, what they're going to do. But now, Sandy, you're certainly welcome to call me and say you're happy with the time change. So that's good. Thank you. I'm glad.
But also,
All right.
I wanted to say, too, I love Kevin on a daily basis, too. And he makes me laugh hysterically.
He's kind of overstaying his welcome as far as I'm concerned, but nonetheless.
But I did call because I
Thank
did
you,
have
Sandy.
a little...
Till my saliva comes back, I appreciate the help. So there you go.
That is a
Randy of Alberta. Yes, Randy of Alberta. Go ahead. In a few moments, we'll have the host of Brain Games on and talk about how they do some amazing things there on his Nat Geo show. Yes, Randy, go ahead. Randy of Alberta.
How you doing, Jay?
Good.
Hey, I was listening to Howard and Robin talk about this shooting in the theater, and they said it was like an upscale theater that had tables, and you had table service and everything. So it wasn't like your normal seating.
I love those theaters. I love them. I go to them in New Orleans and in Portland, Oregon. They have really some great ones, and I love those. And you're there, but a lot of people don't like them because there's movement, and the waitress takes the check and everything else. So it was an upscale
I've never been to
theater
one of those theaters.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's
and
great.
they have that you can
booze.
They have booze.
Booze, everything you want. Everything you want.
Can you smoke your vaporizer in there?
You sure can. Sure. So yeah, this guy. You know what? They may find out that this man has a tumor or something because it's very, very unusual.
Did you see that he was being arraigned and he had this green dress on type thing? Did you see that, Jay?
No, that's a bulletproof vest.
Okay, I thought it was a bulletproof vest at first, but it also kind of looked like a little top.
There was a brooch on there, I think.
Was there a brooch on there?
Guys, and what's weird is he was inside. He was inside the courtroom.
Yes,
and I'm thinking, who would want to shoot him? He shot a guy in a movie theater. Who wants to kill him?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, all right, Randy, thank you very much.
They shot Oswald. Okay.
They sure
Remember
did.
that?
That's right. I do.
Jack Ruby.
Jason Silva from Brain Games, which is Monday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern and Pacific, and I'm sure it runs various times on Nat Geo. Jason, welcome to the Jay Thomas Show. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Well, that's wonderful. And Kevin Meaney is here also. So now, Brain Games,
Great.
First of all, Christina has seen you in the hall, and apparently you're a very smart guy, and you're also a handsome fellow.
He is very handsome.
And you have your shirt off on the Internet when we look for you, your shirt's off, and all that stuff.
No
now,
way,
what is,
really? I didn't know that.
I mean, not here in the hallways, but just...
When you put your name into the Google search, when it auto-completes, the first one is Jason Silva shirtless.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see that picture.
Wow.
And by the way, Jason, that guy in Philadelphia put a piece of Swiss cheese on his penis and masturbated to that picture. So you better take it down.
There's nothing wrong with that, Brian. There's
Jason,
nothing
do you know
That's
about
just
that
topical
guy?
news, that's all.
Do you know about him? That guy in Pennsylvania? That guy in Philly? You know
what were we talking about? No, I don't think.
This guy in Philadelphia is running around town putting a piece of Swiss cheese on his penis and masturbating. Yeah.
In public?
Of
Yes,
course
ma'am.
in public.
Yeah, just Google it after the show. You'll find a whole
And
bunch
I
of
mean,
it.
the police are looking for the guy, and he goes on OkCupid, and he tantalizes the cops, and they're looking for. Yeah, he says, "Okay, just try and catch me."
At least
So
he's
now-
not a violent offender,
No, he's not violent, and he doesn't even rub himself in a hard way.
What part of
Now,
the
Jason-
brain would that really come from?
Yeah, where is that? Is that the hypothalamus area?
Well, yeah, I mean, that sounds to me like the guy has no impulse control is what it sounds like.
Uh-huh.
I
Now,
have
what are
that
you?
problem.
How are you educated? How did you become a part of Brain Games?
Well, my background is in philosophy and film, and I spent the last couple of years making a series of documentaries on the internet that explore how we use technology to extend the boundaries of the brain. So I'm really into kind of like the philosophical implications of accelerating technology and how that changes how we think and how we communicate. And my films got pretty popular on the internet, and that's how National Geographic caught wind of me and invited me to host Brain Games.
Now, it says here that one of the things is, and Garrett was talking about it, and he knows your show also, that you'll show images that are black and white. And do you do something to make the subjects think that the images are in color? I mean, how does your brain all of a sudden decide that something is not what it really is? How does that happen?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty much the premise of the show. Like, the sort of meta-narrative is this whole idea that you can't really trust your perceptions, that your brain has these really built-in, these limits to how much it can perceive, these perceptual shortcomings. And what we do on the show is we create these interactive experiments that are adapted from real brain research to sort of highlight or reveal to you these limitations in your perception. So we do that within the context of fear in the brain, perception in the brain, sex in the brain, age in the brain, all these different subtopics. So what
are you using MRI images? Are you imaging the people on screen?
We had an episode on attraction where we did MRIs on people who were in love, and we were comparing and contrasting young couples. Couples have been together for a few years, and then couples have been together for many years, and to see how their MRIs would respond to when they saw pictures of one another over time. That was pretty interesting.
I would imagine, I would just guess that over time, the older couple would not, it wouldn't get as hot in the brain as the younger couple.
Yeah, and it's not exactly the result that we got. I'm trying to recall exactly what it was. I mean, we definitely know that the younger couples have more dopamine, which is associated with novelty and excitement. But then the more long-term couples, their brain response is associated with what you call the oxytocin response, which is the bonding chemical that kicks into gear when people are together for a long time and it makes them bond. And the results ended up being congruent with that, which is pretty cool.
Now, levitation.
Question about
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, levitation was a demonstration. Obviously, it was an illusion set up by a magician that we had on the show, but it was basically to show you what happens when your brain is looking at something, but then the logic part of the brain knows that what you're looking at can't be real. And that sets up a conflict in your brain, which is what we were trying to highlight, between different parts of the brain arguing with one another over what it was seeing.
Well, when I'm watching a magician do that, and they put the hula hoop over the person, and there's no strings attached, how does that happen? How is that? Why are you laughing?
I don't know. I'm not a magician.
How's he going to know?
What do you mean? He's a brain games guy.
Never revealed. Yeah, I'm the brain games guy. My job is to see what's happening in your brain when the magician is fooling you, or whenever you go about your daily life. Let me give you one example of something you'll learn on the show.
You know what? We're going to go to break. Can you hang out a couple of minutes and come back and give us that example? Is that you're okay?
Sure.
Jason Silva from Brain Games, Monday nights on Nat Geo. We'll be back, and we'll also talk to everybody at 866-99-SIRIUS. It's the Jay Thomas Show. Kevin Beanie back in New York. Of course, Christina, Ira's birthday, and the great Garrett Andritz. And, of course, I'm sitting here in lovely California. Stay where you are.
Jay Thomas Show.
We're so lonely and bored here.
The Jay Thomas Show.
Jay.
Afternoon.
On Indy. Sirius XM 104.
On my own, here we go.
From Brain Games, which is on Nat Geo on Monday nights at 9 o'clock, Jason Silva is here, and we've been watching some of the episodes. Jason, in one episode, a guy comes in, and he puts a broken beer bottle in bags, so if you smash the bag your hand will be severely cut. And then he puts other bags there that supposedly don't have a broken beer bottle in them, but they're all kind of standing up. And I look at that and I think, they're not going to let the host of the show jam his hand on top of a paper bag. But apparently there was a broken bottle in one of how many bags did they put out for you?
4. Yeah, no, you know what they did is they tricked me, because I was feeling the same thing that you were, and the episode was about fear, and I was like, okay, guys, like, what's the game? You know, I mean, obviously there must be a hack here. This illusionist is not going to let me get hurt. But then what happened is I saw them break the bottle, and I saw him put the bottle, and then it was like they were spinning it, and they were like, okay, don't worry, he won't let you get hurt. But I was like, well, what do you mean? Like, is he going to tell me which one it is? Is he going to make sure? You know, there was no possible hack that I could figure out. And so I was genuinely upset when they were filming it, and I was like on the verge of saying, guys, this is not acceptable. I don't think this is kosher.
No, wait, where did the bottle go? Did the bottle fall out under a fake bottom?
The episode has already aired, so I could possibly reveal that. The trick was that there was a trick bottle. It wasn't really a broken bottle, but I didn't see them make that switch.
What are those bottles that they use, the sugar glass? Is that what it was?
No, they were just like these plastic things that they had, basically.
You know, when you break a bottle
of
they did a sleight of hand. Yeah,
but it was meant to evoke a real fear response, which is the amygdala, which is like the alarm system of the brain kicks into overdrive, and that gets you ready for fight or flight. You know, it's a moment of detecting a threat, a danger, and then your brain switches to like primordial mode, and you're all of a sudden like getting ready to either neutralize the threat by getting rid of the enemy or running away. Like literally, this is like a primordial thing from like 100,000 years ago when early hominins had to decide how to react to situations. That's what gets turned on during fear moments.
Now, when are you single or married?
I'm single. Yeah, I've been single for a while now.
I was talking to Christina. It was quite attractive, and was really attracted to you in the elevator and stuff.
I was not.
And I said, would you ever go out with a guy
over him. I just said he was
no,
handsome.
not. Hold on a minute.
You're making me seem
I
really
said,
desperate here, Jay.
Not desperate. I said, would you ever go out with a guy like Jason Silva? And she said, you did. You said no because, Jason, you would be too smart for her. Do you find that you can only go out with like really brainy women?
I think the girls I've dated have been smart, but they've also, they've been interesting in all kinds of ways besides just being heady, there's,
most of the girls you go out with like pizza?
You can find out who I went out with. It's on Google.
There are women out there and their names are put on Google, the ones you went out with?
One of them. Yes.
Was she famous?
One of them. like she's dead now. One of them.
She's an actress, yes.
Heather Graham.
All right.
Heather Graham.
I like Heather Graham. When you get somebody like Heather Graham, when you first meet a Heather Graham, you must think, wow, this is going to be great. It's got to be sad when they just become a regular person and in your eyes. It must be. I'm not joking.
I don't think she could ever. To me, she was never a regular person. She was always amazing.
She was always Heather Graham.
So he was the regular person.
So what happened? How come you're still not with each other? What happened?
I think that relationships can be invariably transient. I actually made a mini doc about impermanence in general. It's called Existential Bummer, and it's one of my short videos that went viral.
You know what? Jason, you're like a lot of brainy people. You overthink everything.
I do, man. I'm stuck in my head like Woody Allen. He's one of my heroes.
You ruin it.
He always complains about...
Did Heather say to you? Did Heather say to you, you've got one of the most incredible pieces of ass in Hollywood. Guys look at my movies and want to just bone me till I'm dead. You've got me.
I don't know.
And you fucking talk so much that you have fucked up this entire relationship with your brain games. All right? All right. Now look.
It wasn't like...
How would you tell in this room if we all, you have a test of who's the oldest? Now, you don't know any of us, and you don't know our ages. Is there a word test that you do that in 30 seconds, if we did something, you could tell who the oldest was?
Oh, I like this game.
There is, yeah. Basically, if you give somebody a word and you tell them to recombine the letters to create other words, those that can create the most amount of words from those initial letters tend to be older people because they have a larger repository of knowledge to draw from. And younger people tend to be less skilled,
I'll probably end up being like 6 in this.
I thought the contest was if you asked for synonyms of old, the person that had the most synonyms was the oldest.
No.
Also one?
That was not quite it. Not quite.
So if you give us a word that we could mix the letters up with, do you have one that you remember?
I can give you a word, but I won't remember all the combinations. I don't have them on me. But
it would depend on how many combinations we make, right?
Yeah.
Right? Who would be the oldest?
With those, yeah.
All right. Well, everybody get a pen and paper and let's try this.
We could do vocabulary.
And then
that's a big one. You don't even need to do something that big. You can just grab a word like reality. See all the different words that you can create with the letters.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Reality.
Hold on.
Or brain. Reality.
R-E-L-I, Christina.
Yeah.
R-E-L. Are you ready, Christina?
Wait, what?
R-E-A-L-I-T-Y. You got it?
Yes, thank you, Jay.
Okay. All right. How long should we do this, Jason? And we'll find out which. And you make the most words.
Each of you take 45 seconds and see how many words you can create with those letters.
Are you ready, Kevin?
Yes.
Are you ready, Christina?
Yep.
Are you ready, Garrett?
I'm just looking. All right, here we go.
All right, go. Here we go.
Such an idiot.
I hate this game.
Oh, God.
I feel like I'm in school.
I'm the worst. Oh, stop it with the music.
All right.
No, keep it going.
Oh, you've got so many words, Jay. I know you. I don't even have any words. I don't have any words. I can't think. Oh, God help me.
All right, that's 45 seconds.
I got one. I got another one.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let me hear yours first, Kevin. Go ahead.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it.
Teat. T-E-A-T.
Well, that's
a word.
That's a word.
Yeah.
But
Y-E-A.
no, there isn't a word because there's only one T in reality.
Yeah, that's right.
Here comes Garrett, man. Ruining everybody's fun.
And then lit.
I got 16 words.
So it's real, T, lit, and yeah. Y-E-A.
There you go.
Yeah.
How many words? How many words is
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Okay, Christina, how many did you get?
I got 11.
Oh my God, you
11?
did.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh, God.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Jason,
You said you
could
weren't
it be
good.
that Garrett and Christina, could it be that they're old souls, perhaps? You know, they're these young people with old...
Or they're just
11.
They're really heady people that read a lot.
Well, Christina,
read your words, Christina.
Real, la, year, ale, air, teal, ear, tea, eat, lit, and yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful work.
I got
Thank you, Jason.
A.
What do you...
That's a big brain.
Oh.
Big brain.
Till. Tear. Yeah. Tie. R. A lit. I. Rye. Tail. Rate. It. Eat. And at. 8.
Wow.
Nice.
J.
Nice.
All I have is... wait a minute. All I have is 7.
Really?
Real, it, tea, itty, lit, eat, and yet. That's all I have.
Itty is
oh, my God.
You
It's like itty bitty.
There's 2
No.
T's in that.
Itty.
All right.
Good work.
Okay, who's
So
the
now,
oldest?
wait a minute now. Wait a second. That would mean Christina or Garrett would be the oldest, and that's not true, Jason.
Yeah, this is an example of you guys not falling into the average, what we would expect to find.
So you're saying I'm an idiot then?
You know what's
I'm just
sad?
happy I'm finally not
You know
the only
what?
idiot in the room.
You're very
Thank
smart.
You know
you.
what? Jason, you come on to promote your show, Brain Games on Nat Geo, and no one will watch it now.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it now.
I have done everything I can to promote this show, and this has been a
You're such a sore loser.
This has been a complete.
Yes, he is a
He
sore
is
loser.
such a sore loser.
Sometimes you get brain gamed, and sometimes the host gets brain gamed when the experiments don't work. So there you go.
One
Hey,
time.
did Heather Graham ever accuse you of playing games with her?
No.
Huh? You play games, Jason. Okay.
No.
Oh boy, he's getting uncomfortable.
Hey, Jason, thanks for coming on, and have a nice life. Nat Geo, Brain Games, Monday night. You sound like a very nice person. Very nice person.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, anytime we're available.
Thank you very
man. See you later.
You think he made her put roller skates on? I would.
I would too.
To have her
gorgeous.
laying naked in front of you, I'm sorry. You know, I could never get it out of my head, you know? Could never get it out of my head.
Well, they're not together anymore. He's single.
You know, it reminds me of that story of the guy who's on the, in the airplane, and the plane crashes, and he's, on the plane, and Charlize Theron is with him, the beautiful South African actress. And he saves her life, and she and he are the only two survivors.
And they live on an island, right?
He lives on an island, brings her to the shore, and resuscitates her, and takes care of her, and she almost dies. And she lives. And when she wakes up, she is so, enamored with the guy. And they're on this desert island, and he's, nothing to look at, nothing special, but he builds, shelter for them and everything else, and she falls in love with him. And they become, a couple on the island, and they don't know if they're ever going to get saved or not.
That's where she's been, right?
One day, a suitcase floats ashore, and they open up the suitcase, and there's guy's clothing in the suitcase, and he looks down at it, And he says, Charlize, would you do something for me? And she says, I would do anything for you, baby. I love you so much. He said, would you put those clothes on? And she starts giggling, thinking it's going to be some little sexy thing. And she puts on the guy's clothes and a tie and a suit and a hat and everything else. And he says, and can I call you Ed? And she says, sure, whatever you want. Call me Ed. He goes, Ed, I'm fucking Charlene Theron. Charlize Theron. I'm fucking Charlize Theron. Wow. That's my favorite show.
Was this before Monster, that movie?
Yes, it was a long time before. Yeah, she was trapped in a desert island.
Well, thank God she's all right.
Charlize.
Who rescued them?
This guy. Oh, then
yeah.
Passed away.
Let's go to John in Massachusetts. Well, we sure ruined that guy from Brain
How
Games.
you doing, John?
Would you ever watch a show like that? The guy had Heather Graham, and we just disproved his whole thing. Would you ever stick around to see that show, John in Massachusetts? I know I wouldn't.
I mean, did we really disprove it? Kevin was like,
Yes, we did. Hey, you became you became the smartest and the oldest. So what does that say about a show? Go ahead, John. Did that destroy that show for you completely?
I just called to say that Brain Games show is unbelievable. I was watching it one day, and they're doing this whole demonstration, right? And you're paying, right? And so the demonstration itself is amazing in your brain, blah, blah, blah. But then they show it back, and you don't realize that while they were doing it, a stuffed rabbit was walking across the scene, the stage in the background and the foreground.
Right.
And the rabbit, crossed 3 or 4 times, and you didn't even see it until they replayed and pointed it out to you.
Really?
John, I don't want to be rude, but are you brain injured? Have you been injured somehow? You sound
I don't know, but I'm driving in my car.
Did you fall, John, and hit your head on a desk and
maybe a concussion?
You were knocked out? That's a famous experiment that's done everywhere, and usually they have you count how many times a ball is being bounced or something is being done, and you're looking at that, and they have the rabbit or something walk behind you, and then people are so excited that they got the right amount of numbers of the bounces, and then the professor will say, what else did you notice? And some people will raise their hands and go, I saw a man in a rabbit suit, and everybody starts laughing. And then they re-show the video, and there's the guy in the rabbit suit. I know, that's a wild one, isn't it? That's crazy.
I'll tell you, and I'm driving here, so without writing it down, I came up with 9 words.
Oh, my God.
Out of reality. If I had it written down, I think I would.
You must be a homework.
Hey, you know what? Hey, John, when you get home tonight, I hope Heather Graham's waiting to blow you when you get home.
Wow, good luck.
So do I.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd get right home. You're a big braggart. That's all you are. Get rid of him. Get rid of the braggart. Smart guy. Get rid of him.
9 words.
Rick, I think he keeps looking at his list of 3 words.
Wait 1 second. So, Ira, you've had your big birthday party.
The music really did it to me.
He keeps looking down and getting sad. Like, how did I only get 4?
Ira, the birthday celebration continues. What are you going to be doing tonight?
Oh, my brother and my sister-in-law are taking me out for a nice Italian dinner on 82nd and 1st Avenue.
Are you going to Rayo's?
It's on 2nd Avenue.
Hey, by the way, you know what? You guys ought to go to 82nd and 1st, one at a time. Go up to him like you're just fans.
Oh my God!
And say, I'm sorry to disturb you. Or you are the weatherman. I just want to say hello. Your brother would freak out, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah. I don't know now.
I feel like Ira would blow our cover immediately.
Yeah, he would.
It's
no, he
on
wouldn't.
82nd and 1st.
So we have to send people that he doesn't
If anybody is near an Italian restaurant on 82nd and 1st, what time is the reservation?
6 o'clock p.m.
Oh, the early bird dinner.
Well, yeah, they want to get in there and get their card punched. So go in there at 6 o'clock at the Italian restaurant. You know the name of the restaurant?
I forget the...
That's okay. Well, we'll find it.
Italiano.
Go in there, find Ira the Weatherman at one of the tables and say, big fan. Thank you.
All right.
Let's go to Rick. Rick of Kansas City.
How you
Yes,
doing,
Rick.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, when you guys were doing the contest, I got no words.
Oh.
But, well, wait a minute, but, you guys were playing a song. Do you know the name of the song that you were playing when you were doing that?
No, I
You know the name of it, though?
No, I don't know the name
That's
of
from
it.
Password, or that's from...
No, it's called The Wistful Clock.
I didn't even
should get
hear a
credit
song.
for that, Jay. I should get credit for that.
I believe it's called
Yeah,
the
you'll get-
syncopated clock, and you shouldn't
Hold
get
on.
credit.
What
Get
what
rid
does it
of
mean
him.
if you didn't
Get
even hear a
rid
song
of him.
playing?
You never heard that?
I never even heard the song playing. I don't remember it. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that at all.
Oh, that was driving me crazy. I can't turn it off. I'm a wreck. Oh, I can't think of anything when that song is on. Maybe I was molested
thinking
during
about
that song.
I was thinking about Heather Graham laying in front of me, and I have a big piece of Swiss cheese on my penis. That's all I can think about.
You can't get over the Swiss cheese. You really can't.
No.
I
hope
believe
they
you
never-
did something with Swiss cheese last night.
You know what? There are many people that didn't want what's his name, the bomber guy, Kaczynski, whatever his name was.
Kaczynski.
What was it? What was his name? Whatever his name. What did they call him? What was
Unabomber.
Unabomber. I hope they never catch the Swiss cheese masturbator. Never. David, who's in Nashville. Yes, David, go ahead.
How you doing, David?
Hey, Jay, how you doing? Happy birthday.
Oh, we're having a great time.
Thank you, David.
It's the most fun I've had with all my clothes on in a month. Go ahead.
No, you were talking about how the trick of the magician, how he does that. There's actually a show on, I think on Discovery or somewhere, where the guy has a mask on, but he actually shows how they do all the tricks.
Well, how do they put the hula hoop over the person's body and you don't see the thing that's holding them up? I don't get it.
For what trick?
Well, the way I saw
the levitation trick. The levitation.
Yeah, the one I saw where they showed that, the hole in the hula hoop's actually blocked by his hand when they're doing it. But he shows the way they levitate, how they show, do the levitation, and I mean it's like a series that comes on all the time.
Well, Penn and Teller, they let you know how they do their magic.
Why do people have to ruin? Why do they have to ruin?
Well, he's masked, so he's actually got a mask on, so he doesn't. Nobody really knows who he is.
I like Blackwell. He was my favorite.
He's
Blackwell.
been revealed, though, according to the internet at least, and it's no one you ever knew of, but people don't like him. I have the clip here if you want. It's 4 minutes.
Yeah, David, thank you very much. Let me hear the clip.
The masked magician proves yet again that it's all one big trick. His beautiful lady is all dressed up, but she's got nowhere to go. He wants her right where she is, on this ordinary wooden plank. She dutifully stretches out on the plank and makes herself comfortable.
Yeah.
But one girl isn't enough for our masked man, so he calls in some backup.
Swiss cheese.
His assistant removes the center pedestal from beneath the plank so that it's now supported only by the two chairs.
I could do handwork like that,
Looks
with
like
the
it can
hands.
hold her. Another assistant joins the party, and they all engage in some mystical movements.
Oh,
Yes, this puts him in the mood.
Fucking stupid.
What?
On his command, the two assistants remove the chairs,
Oh, how
leaving
is
the
that
plank
done?
and the
It's real
lady
levitation.
suspended in midair.
I want to know. Please be quiet.
Sorry.
So she's levitating.
floating on a cloud.
Yes,
Solid
how'd she do it?
hook.
She's not floating on a cloud.
How do they do it? The magician waves his arms above her to prove that there are no hidden wires. And now the camera will travel all the way around back to prove that there's nothing supporting her from the rear.
And he has a mask on. Why?
This levitation is impossible to explain.
Okay, what is it?
They
The
like to
magician
stretch it
keeps
out.
waving his arms, and yes, she and the wood plank are still floating.
Oh,
all right.
I
What?
know. It's annoying. We'll go on for days. He's just
What is
waving
it?
his hands over the body.
He calls the
All
other
right.
assistants back in, and they replace the two chairs.
Oh, replaces the two chairs. Magic hands.
Next,
Garrett, how do they do it? I
beckons to
can't
the
say
center
this.
pedestal.
Could you shoot
Can't
me
take
now?
this. Garrett, how do they do it? How does he do it?
Sleeping Beauty. She's pretty when she just wakes up.
Okay.
But what's the secret?
What is it? Go ahead. I want to hear it.
What's the secret?
How does the magician make it look like the lady is floating in midair, even from this backstage angle?
What?
You're about to find out.
Oh, Jesus.
The first trick is getting a beautiful woman to lie down on a wooden plank.
Oh,
God. Somebody kill
The
me.
real trick is hidden behind the center pedestal.
What is it? What is it?
When the assistant removes the pedestal, it appears that the only things holding up the plank and the girl are the two chairs. The truth is, you're staring right at the secret. Cleverly hidden in the magician's pants is a third leg. There it is, strong as a rock. You'll see how it works in a minute.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
A third leg, like
Yes.
his penis?
No, his pants.
When the assistants remove the two chairs, it looks like the girl on the plank is floating.
And where is his third leg?
He's in front of him.
It's just like a support
From the
for the
back,
table with a
his
pant
right
leg
hides
over
the
it.
support in the third leg.
Oh. And he's behind it?
Yes.
And he doesn't
From
move?
this angle,
No.
you can see that the fake leg is supporting the plank.
Wow.
Here it is before the trick begins, waiting for the magician to step into position. For a closer look, the girl removes the fake leg. From the back, it looks like he should fire his tailor. Now here's the plank supported by the steel brace. When the fake leg is in place, you'd never suspect it was there.
Never. Next time I go to see one of those magicians, it's got a fake leg! He's got a fake leg!
Is that what people are doing?
They should.
Yeah, they can Google it now as it's happening. They can find out how magicians do all this kind of stuff.
Fake leg, fake leg! Wow.
That's it. And so that's why people hate that guy's guts.
Heather Mills is really good at that trick.
Is she? Yeah.
Wow. Dave of Nevada. People think you're saying Heather Graham.
And he was he was a masked man, so nobody would know what this magician's name, right?
Paul is dead.
They know.
Paul is dead. Paul is
So there's another way that they do that. When you see like the magician that will sit down and then like rise up in the air, one of the ways that they do it is they have like a black curtain in the background. The lighting, they lower the lighting, everything's black. Stage is black, the background's black, and there's a slit in the curtain. Behind the curtain, they'll have like a small lift, like usually like a real small, similar to like a stand-up forklift type thing. And they'll have a platform flat, flush on the ground. The magician will sit on it, and everything will be painted like a matte black. And when they raise it up, of course you can't see it because of the background hides what he's sitting on and the rams sticking out behind him. And then when the assistant comes up with the hula hoop, as he's rising up in the air, she will lower it, she'll like wave it up above his head so there's no shit above there. Then she lowers it over his body, and then halfway down, she'll stop in like the middle of his back or maybe around his waist. And then she like turns her wrist, to bring the hula hoop around and under him, and then she'll pull it along his back, and then from the
somebody
back
shoot me?
forward and down, and that's how. So it's just a slide of the hand and the motion of the hula hoop.
Let's find how many words we can make out of boring. All right, Dave of Nevada, thank you very much. I got a friggin' headache. A business card does say a lot about your business, and Vistaprint.com has thousands of designs to say just what you want. Get 250 of their premium cards for only $10. Shipping is included. And you'll choose the design you want, pick your industry, select the style, bold, conservative, modern, retro, whatever. Vistaprint has so many designs to choose from. These guys think of everything. Now, once you find the card you like, the design process itself is so easy, and it's fun, and you add text and photos or logos, change colors, fonts, move things around. That's 250 high-quality premium cards with shipping included at Vistaprint.com. Put in the promotional code JThomas right in the cart to get this offer as you check out. Make sure you take a look at other marketing products, the postcards, the flyers, the brochures, and websites. They even match your business card. Get 250 premium business cards, $10. Shipping is included. Vistaprint.com. Put my name, Jay Thomas, in the cart to get this offer right away. Stay where you are.
No, not that music. I just remembered.
Jay Thomas.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
Afternoons. The Jay Thomas Show.
Are you kidding?
We were the hot new thing.
Jay Thomas.
Afternoons. Indy Sirius XM 104.
So you're in your home at 56 South Warman Street in Indianapolis, and you and your husband of many years are watching the Colts game, and the next thing you know, a Chevy Equinox comes crashing through the south wall and ends up in your living room right at the feet of you and your husband. But this isn't the first time this has happened. This has happened 11 times in 30 years. Let's welcome Lee McCall, who we now call Slapsy McCall, for all the times she's been struck. Wow. Well, Lee, welcome to the show. Kevin Meaney is a friend and also here with us. What are they doing? I mean, first of all, you've lived there a long time. You don't plan on moving. The first time a car rammed into your home, do you remember any one of them more than another? Is there any one that's more horrible?
This one.
The first one. This one was bad.
The last one.
The last one was the worst one.
Oh yeah, $50,000 to $60,000 worth of damage.
Now listen, Lee. You and your husband Tim, you sound like an intelligent person. You live with a target on your home. Are the authorities trying to do anything to stop you from having a 12th attack on your home by an automobile? What are they doing?
I've got a very good city county councilman named Jeff Miller, and I have a state representative named Justin Mohead that are going to get me a stop sign on each side of the railroad tracks.
Okay.
Amen, sister.
Is the train hitting you or just the car?
No, what happens is...
They try to beat the train.
No, they don't try to beat the train. They're 9 times out of 10, they're drunk. So when they hit that train, it's about 250 feet from my house, and they're going airborne, and I'm right there on the corner.
Now, it says here the last one, the car missed your foot by a foot. That was like
it missed
12
me
inches.
by a foot.
It missed you by a foot.
Yes.
Wow. And was the driver injured?
She had a cut on the head.
But she's also in your living room in a Chevy Equinox. She's actually lodged in the living room.
To being impaired.
We can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
were you drinking too? Were you in your house having a couple of drinks?
No, we don't drink.
It might have made it easier if we were.
Yeah.
Now, on Christmas Day of 1991, you guys weren't home, and you came home and you had a bloody front porch. Tell us about that. When you had someone actually, their head was stuck in your siding. How did that look?
And the driver, there was a driver and 2 passengers. The passenger on the by the window, he didn't know this guy. He said, "Let's take a ride." They took a ride, and the boy was only 18. That his head was in my siding. He was a great kid. He came by 2 weeks later and told me he was sorry and what could he do? I said, "I'm just glad you're alive."
This is really kind of hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that you haven't moved, Tim, is the hard part.
Yeah.
Isn't there a good reason for that?
Is it an income thing? Are you making money from people crashing into your house? Do you sue them?
No.
If we were making money on it, we'd be millionaires right now. We probably wouldn't be talking to you.
How come you can't?
No, but why do you? You know what? My brother has fender benders, and his neck hurts, and he's upset, and all that. He gets thousands of dollars. Why don't you sue every single person that crashes into your home. I don't get it, Lee.
We've never collected.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why?
No insurance. They never have insurance.
You go after what they have.
Oh, none of the people that have hit you have insurance.
Now we did hear yesterday that this last woman, her mother owned the car, and her mother has insurance.
Yeah, you go
Sue
after
the
mommy.
hell out of them.
Yeah,
Sue them.
we might also say that a few of the incidents where the cars were involved, I guess we've had 3 cars totaled out there, and the cars, those were hit and runs.
Yeah.
So basically, by the time we got outside, they were either gone or left the car there, and they took off.
Has anybody died at your house?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Now, your insurance company, now wait a minute, your homeowner's insurance and your car insurance has had to go up because of this.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't, because it's always been ruled that it wasn't our fault.
Incredibly enough, the State Farm's a pretty good company.
Oh, they're a wonderful
We've had
company.
them for 30 years, and they haven't raised our rates yet. Like I said, though, the other incidents weren't, the property damage wasn't as extensive, so.
I bet you're going to end up doing a commercial for State Farm.
I know, right? Are they on a first-name basis with you?
If it pays, we might consider it.
That's right.
Yeah, oh, sure,
Every
they'll
time
pay.
the car hits the living
Now-
room, they're like a good neighbor. And then they just wind up in somebody's office.
I'm reading a description here, and apparently, Lee, you actually heard what you knew to be a car going airborne, and you said to Tim, "Here it comes." When did that happen?
We've heard it so many times, you know what it is.
Oh, my
Here we go again, Tim.
Yeah, that's right.
What, do you generally stay upstairs, or?
You don't leave the TV or the couch in the wall that it usually gets hit, right? Is there anything there that you...
Oh, yeah, there's a window seat. They completely destroyed my dining room.
The couch, the couch is actually on the other side of the room. It's actually as far away from the exterior wall as we could get it.
Yeah.
Now, didn't you guys get married in that space?
We did, yeah.
We got married on the steps. The steps are gone.
Oh. But the marriage is strong, and that's all that matters.
We're still here.
My God.
We're still intact. 30 years this March.
How many angel figurines survived?
About 20 out of 150.
Wow.
Oh, God.
You lost your
I would be
entire life.
suing. I would sue every one of them personally. Yeah. And as you're sitting in your living room, you've got to have all sorts of tension when you hear cars, driving by. It's
Yeah, absolutely. Especially,
now.
Do you have grandkids?
No.
All right.
Okay. Well, because
they might be dead
you wouldn't
by
want
now.
them running around the house or in the yard.
Do you ever bring somebody you don't like and tell them to sit by the window?
Why don't you sit in the window?
Sit over there. Sit over there by the window. Now, Tim and Lee McCall, you've been struck 11 times in 30 years. I happen to be a licensed realtor, and I know that when you go to sell your home at some point, you're going to have to put in there that the house has been struck.
Maybe not.
Well, no, you have to do that.
Some states you don't have to let them know if somebody died in your house or not. There's only a few states that, you have to disclose that.
In Indiana, you better find out because, now when they put the 2 stop signs up, maybe it'll stop. Now, why have they waited so long? 30 years, 11 crashes.
I've been working on this for years.
That's a real good question. That's a real good question.
You should sue the local municipality, the town, for not putting the stop sign up, right, Jay?
Yeah, all of it. God, I wish it was happening to me. I'd be living in a mansion right now.
God, your brother Jay would be
sitting pretty. He collected $400,000. My brother would be sitting in a neck brace by the window, waiting for the next car to come. So there you are by the train tracks. Did you ever have any children? No kids?
Oh no, we have a 28-year-old son that's a grad student at Purdue University. That's the only home he knew before he went to college.
Well, he was a baby, and the cars would come roaring through the living room. Weren't you worried about that?
He has no. We always. Thank God it never hit anybody. It hit us.
Wow. All right. Okay.
It's got a lot of sentimental value to us.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm. Now the house is a duplex. Does somebody live next door?
My mother.
Tim,
why don't you have her?
I'm the lucky
hold
one.
it.
I'm
Hey,
the
Tim.
lucky one here, right?
Hey, Tim, have her move into your side. Okay, Tim?
I thought about that. You didn't have to say it, though. I was going to wait on that one.
Yeah, you got to bring her over to your side. That's wonderful. Well, Lee and Tim, you were. By the way, sorry about your loss over the weekend. I'm a Saints fan, so we lost also. But great team you've got there, and that coach, beat cancer and all that stuff. So you guys are big Colts fans, right? Big Colts fans.
Yeah, looking forward to next year.
Are you rooting for Peyton Manning or against him?
Yeah. Actually, I am. I'm not a big New England fan, and I'm pretty sure that that's probably going to be the Broncos and the Patriots. I think that's how it'll work.
Or Seattle.
Yeah, they play Sunday.
Now, part of our show is we take some phone calls, and everyone that calls Tim and Lee, they're big mouths that know nothing but think they know everything. So we're going to go to Craig of Pennsylvania, who thinks he knows what would happen if you were. Did he, Lee? Oh, he heard me talking about him and he quit. All right, but a lot of people are calling and saying you can't sue the municipality. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know why.
Sure, you can. You have to get their permission to sue them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't.
Well, we can't.
All right.
We're having trouble just getting the stop sign. So for now, we'll settle for that.
What do you do? What do they do for work? What do you do What do you do for a living, Tim?
I'm an electrician.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank goodness. It really helps.
Now, when the car crashes through your home, where do you move while it's being reconstructed?
Right now, we're at the State Farm putting us up downtown in a 2-bedroom loft apartment.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's got its good things and bad things.
It's across the street from Baker's Life Fieldhouse where the Pacers play.
Yeah.
It's got 6 bars right around us, so we're talking about a big noise level here.
Oh, well, you need to start drinking. You need to start.
Convenient.
I don't think we have to worry about a car, though. We are on the 3rd floor.
All right.
Wouldn't that be great if a plane
Lee and
crashed
Tim
into them?
McCall's home in Indianapolis struck 11 times in 30 years, and they're still together. They're both alive, and we wish you all the best. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, guys.
All right. My pleasure. Wow. Okay, and stay where you are. We'll be right back. Thanks.
The Jay Thomas Show.
You have to humiliate for what?
It's fun.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
Afternoon.
Indy. Sirius XM 104.
Craig the Know-It-All actually called us back. Yes, Craig, what were you going to say about those people suing somebody, Craig?
I guess I am Craig the Know-It-All. What I'm saying is you can sue anyone you like, Jay. It's just not cost effective to sue somebody for a property damage claim if it can be handled by the insurance carrier, because you have to pay the attorney yourself. He doesn't take a third of the deal like you would get in an injury claim.
Yeah, but you can still, you sue the insurance carrier. You're exactly correct. You would sue the carrier.
Well, can't really sue your own insurance carrier unless they stuck it to you on the first party claim. So you can go after his insurance company, but they're only going to pay property damages, and to hire an attorney, you have to pay him out of your pocket. He doesn't get a third of that.
Really? All right. I thought, and you know what? I have a funny feeling that when people said they didn't have insurance, they were lying. I think 11 people hit their house and only one has insurance. I don't believe that.
Listen, there are crap loads of people without insurance. I can't say that until I saw it. It depends on how the adjuster investigated the case. Could have dropped the ball on that. I couldn't tell you. I just want to let you know I'm trying to be a dumbass.
That's all right. Thank you very much. Ira's birthday has elicited quite a few phone calls. Let's go to Belinda on line 4. Yes, Belinda.
Hi, Ira. I'm calling to say happy birthday to you. I want to let you know that I look forward to Wednesdays. I wish you were on more frequently.
Thank you. Maybe something will happen.
Maybe.
Yeah,
No, it
and
won't.
that they don't send you to get coffee or stand in the hallway.
Yeah.
Now, Ira, didn't you get a birthday card from Linda, or was it Belinda?
It's Belinda.
Oh, Belinda. Now, Belinda, where do you live? Where do you live, Belinda?
Oh, in Miami, Florida.
It's around 78 degrees.
Is she in the pool right now?
Belinda, are you wearing a hat with Are you wearing a hat with artificial fruit on it right now?
No.
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 Okay.
Cubans
Yeah,
don't wear that. Well, yeah, actually they do.
Cubans do wear those hats with artificial fruit on them.
Not in the
so.
50s. If you give them now, they'll eat it.
All right, there's Belinda firing from the hip. Now, are you going to go back to Cuba when they open up the border and the Castros? Oh, you were born here.
Okay. I just hear your grandparents and your aunts and uncle talk about the horrors of Cuba.
When did your grandparents leave Cuba?
Actually, my dad came because he was in a group against Fidel, so that they were looking for him, so he had to flee. He fled to New Jersey, of course, where all the Cubans, and then after he got established and got a job and got an apartment, he married my mother through power of attorney, and then she came over, and then we lived here ever since. Then my little brother developed asthma, and we had to move down here. So we came to the other Cubans down here.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute.
Miami
Is
Cubans,
your brother better in Miami? I would think that
as a matter of
humidity would affect him. No?
No. I remember I was 2 years old, and I would remember the commotion every night of having to take him. My parents would wake up in a frenzy and have to put him in the bathroom with.
It was probably because of all the chemicals in New Jersey. That's probably what it was.
The bad air.
Yeah.
The bad air. All right.
It was probably Chris Christie. It was his fault.
I want to see Virus up to date. Ira, what temperature is it going to be tomorrow here? It's going to dip.
Tomorrow it's going to be around 75 degrees and a beautiful blue skies.
Ira, did you print anything?
Correct.
That's correct.
What?
No, it's going to go down.
That's correct. Without a Doppler.
Of course it's correct.
Yep. Never wrong.
We're looking at the radar right now.
Okay,
We're looking at the radar.
Yeah.
I want to tell Kevin Meaney I enjoy him coming on the phone every day.
Well,
he brightens up the show.
Maybe we'll be on 24 hours. Who knows?
Delightful phone call. Belinda from Cuba, thank you very much, and happy birthday to Ira. Thank you.
And I like the way Christina rags on Garrett.
Oh, thank you.
All righty.
Shut up, Garrett.
They're like little
Thank
kids.
you, Belinda. Graham, you're in Boston now. You're on the Jay Thomas Show.
Hey, Ira, happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
I hope you get to hit up the casino for your birthday.
Yeah, you go in the casino after dinner?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Is your
Didn't
brother
you go
gonna...
yesterday to the casino?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's birthday week.
Overboard.
He's going hard. It's his birthday.
Now, Ira, will your brother and sister-in-law go with you to the casino?
No, they're not. No.
No. I see. All right.
They don't they're not into gambling, are they?
Well, they never.
What about the woman that you live with?
Oh, yes, she goes gambling.
Is she going to be at dinner tonight?
No.
No.
You going to bring her back some
But
leftovers?
she helps quite a bit.
Well, that's good.
I got to get off of her fat ass.
All
Doing
right.
a lot of good things now.
She released the poison?
Huh?
She released the poison?
Yes.
She has something.
Oh, boy.
Thank you. Let's go to Tony in Detroit. Yes,
Hey,
Tony, you have a question for Kevin. Yeah, Tony, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, if there was just two pictures, and I'm being serious now, of two buttholes, you knowing both types, male and female, is there a difference between female anus and male anus?
I think
you know what I mean? Are buttholes just buttholes?
I think buttholes is probably the male anus would probably have more hair.
No, you know what I mean.
Not necessarily.
No?
Does a male butthole feel any different than a female butthole?
Yeah, thank you, Jay. That's a great way to put it.
Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't answer
Fuck that. You've been with both.
No,
You would know.
obviously, they both feel the same because they both open up. That's all.
Hey, Jay,
Both
real
open up.
quick,
Yeah.
what did the fish say when he swam into the concrete wall?
I don't know.
Damn!
All right, thank you. Tomorrow. Let's go to Charlie, who is in Indiana. Yes, Charlie.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Charlie.
Hey, I saw that movie Big the other day on cable.
Yes.
And I saw Kevin was in there.
That's right.
Tell me about that movie. I'm wondering, since Jay talks about making movies, I'm kind of intrigued by him now, especially the amount of people it takes to make a movie.
Oh, yes.
But, you had kind of, not a minor part, but not a major one. But, how many, were you on that set for weeks, or was it 1 week to get all that stuff?
I think I was about 2 weeks on that movie. And that was filmed here in New York. And, because they filmed a lot of other scenes that were left on the cutting room floor. But, so it took about 2 weeks, and it was a great experience. I remember it like yesterday. It was right here in New York City.
You still keep in touch with Tom Hanks?
Tom, to be honest with you, Tom Hanks saw me on the line when I was doing some HBO stuff a few years ago, and he came right up to me and said, "Hello, how you doing, Kevin?"
Wow, awesome.
Very nice.
He's an amazing person. Yeah. And just the other day, a friend of mine, Barry Sobel, was talking to Tom Hanks, and Tom said, "Oh, tell Kevin I said hello."
Wow.
Yeah. And Tom Hanks' wife produced the biggest money-making film in the history of Hollywood.
Which one was that?
Titanic?
Nope. My Big Fat Greek
Wedding.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Do you know why, Charlie, it's the biggest grossing film in the history of Hollywood?
It only cost $5 million to make, and it's brought in over $1 billion, I think.
Yeah, well, it's brought in a ton, but here's the deal. It was not owned by a studio, and Indiana Jones or Big or any of these huge movies, the studios put it underneath their corporate umbrella, and they write off losses of their other movies against it, and that's why you always see these stars and directors suing the studios, because like Indiana Jones has never shown a profit ever, never, even though it's made $2 billion. I know, because underneath the umbrella of the corporation, you have to have the right wording. You have to get a percentage of the producers.
Well, I guess it's legal. What they're doing, right?
Well, they get sued sometimes, and they have to pay up. But yeah, if you sign the wrong thing. But that's the biggest grossing, most successful, and of course they paid tons of taxes.
I think I read the other day that it has brought in $250 million, and it only cost $5 million to make. And that was done in 2001, I believe.
I think it's brought in more than that. It's big.
Kevin,
all right,
Kevin, I'm curious. I'm curious about the timeline. Did you go in January 1st and the movie came out in August, or what was it? What was the time frame of when you were done shooting to when it was at the theater?
I forget when we shot it. I want to say it was in the fall that we shot it, and I remember it came out in the summer. And it
takes about 6 or 8 months usually.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sometimes up to the movie I just did last year. I mean, it's still not out. Blood Ransom, and that should be coming out very soon.
And they had to wait for Tom Hanks to grow up, because remember he plays a kid.
That's right. Hey, Charlie, I did a movie with Nick Nolte. I did a movie with Nick Nolte and Kate Beckinsale. And the movie never came out, so that happens also. There you go. All right, thank you. I know it went wrong.
The Jay Thomas Show. Afternoon.
Jesus, what idiots!
Indy, Sirius XM 104.
Lately I've been going online like I have to do something for my American Express card.
You got your points? You got all your points, American Express card?
I have over 1 million points.
Can you put Shuli in your will so he can get some points?
No, actually I had to do that and put my family in the will. You got to will it to them. I've got
So you're not putting me in?
No, I have.
Good night, everybody.
Sorry, Shula.
I have 500,000 or 600,000 United Airlines miles, something like that.
Geez.
And I tell you why I don't really use them.
Why?
You get upgrades anyway because you've got so many points, so they upgrade you.
That's right.
I think we're going to take some big trip this summer. I'll use them, but here's the problem: I go online. and I don't remember my password. So I type in the new password, and I can't get any credit card or Amazon or anybody to accept whatever password I type in.
So why don't you just click forgot my password and reset it?
I do. No, when I reset it and put in any new password, it doesn't accept it. It says, well, we've already got that one, or it's weak, or whatever. Is there any way to get around that?
You need to go down to United Airlines. I'll go down there with you. I'm very good at the airport.
I'm just not sure that you're capable of figuring this out, because you text me like every couple of months for your Facebook username and password, and it's all with your names in it, and you still don't remember it. So
yeah, you're fucked
up, I'm gonna write it all down, but I don't care about. But let's
get out of here. Jay's fucked up. See you, man. Let's see you.
It's not your bag.
Let's say it's J Thomas 1 2 3 or whatever. So they say, okay, we don't accept it. So I'll put A B C D E F G 4 5 6 whatever. Sorry. Fucking assholes.
Jay.
What?
Look at him say it silent.
Let me ask you a question. Is it cupcake or Jew Day? What day is it?
Cupcakes delivered by Jews.
Yeah, that's what it is.
How much were they?
Does he know his mic's not on? Go ahead, Ira.
Julie.
Wow.
What an introduction.
Yay.
Like he popped out of thin
Literally
air.
just popped up. Ira, I came especially to wish you
Thank you, Julie.
a Yom Huledet Sameach.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Ira.
That is,
for all of you
and
out
let me
there,
say, Ira, that is the emit. The emit. That's the emit.
Thank you.
For all of you out there
I
who
just
are
said that's
football
the truth.
fans,
That's the truth.
it's just been announced that
it's a Michigan.
Shannon Sharp and Deion Sanders are having a new television show called What the Fuck Are These Two Assholes Saying? That's a new TV show that they're going to have.
Going down the 49 line.
By the way, in Colorado, they're having a lot of trouble with the pot. A lot of trouble.
God, everybody's
at the state fair, they're losing money at the state fair, and so they're going to introduce things to try and make money. Marijuana on a stick.
Like that?
They're having.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
Deep
another
fried?
Mm-hmm.
Pot dogs.
Yes, please.
Hot dogs.
How about this? Cotton dope.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Like cotton candy, cotton dope.
And one of the games.
That probably hits you quicker because it melts in your mouth.
Dunk the stoner. How about that one? Dunk the stoner. There you go.
Bobbin for stoners.
Bobbin. What happened?
Bobbin for apple pipes.
Let's go to John of
Bobbin
Kentucky.
for cock. And that's the gay.
Now we jumped a couple levels. Okay,
let's go to John of Kentucky with another
Bobbin
birthday
for cock.
message for Ira the Weatherman. Go ahead, John of Kentucky.
Hey man, what's going on?
Well, we're all good.
What
We're all
did you
good.
have?
Later I'll be playing bobbin for buds.
Very good.
All right.
Why don't you drink some more
First of
scotch?
all, I want to wish Ira a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Gavin, I can't wait for this new movie to come out. If you play your cards right, I think you'd be bigger than Zero Mostel.
Name dropping.
Oh, yeah.
And I forgot the other thing that I wrote down.
All right. You got
All
Zero
right,
Mostel
thank you.
off. It's a win.
Thank you, Rick Perry of comedy.
Rick.
Thank you very much. Get rid of him. Thank you. Terrible conditions in Australia for the Australian Open.
What's
108 degrees. It looks terrible for the entire sport. People are collapsing, vomiting.
The sport of
Ball
what?
boys, tennis.
No big deal.
What about tennis elbow?
Players have donned ice packs while they're playing, poured water over their heads. A ball boy has required medical attention. Collapsed.
Let me help that ball boy.
Dr. Meany's on the way.
Denmark's Caroline Wozniak said she put a plastic water bottle down in the court and the bottom melted to the court.
That's so Denmark. That's so Denmark.
When I
Joe
put my Itsit on, hits
Wilfried Tsonga of France said the soles of her sneakers became soft. China's Ping Shuai threw up in a bucket.
Well, she's used to the ping pong table. It's a much bigger field.
How did Ann Curry make out?
Yaroslava Shvedova of
Is Ann Curry down there?
Kazakhstan was treated by trainers. She collapsed. And here's my favorite. Roger Federer, who won his tournament, he said, you know what? If you trained hard enough your entire life, and you would train the last few weeks, come on.
Yeah.
There's no reason that you can't deal with the heat.
Is somebody supposed to feel bad for a tennis player?
Throw in the towel.
This is what I think a lot of them should have done, is like they knew that it was going to be hot down there, so I would have suggested to go out on the beach on a hot day and run through the sand with your bare feet to prepare for the heat.
Right. Firewalking's good.
Firewalking with Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Sure.
Yeah. Tony Robbins would probably win the Australian Open if he was there.
Do you know anyone that watches tennis?
I do.
I mean, you do?
I don't. Yeah, Bob watches it. My friend Bob loves it.
Twin sisters of biathletes, Tracy and Lanny Barnes, and one is better than the other, and she got sick and really was no good. They ski and then they shoot.
Did anybody's vagina catch on fire?
I don't know. But
no, in Australia.
My vagina's on fire. It's hot down here.
So Tracy was able. Now listen to this. You have a brother, Shuli. Tracy was able to beat Lanny, and she got the spot as the biathlete on the Olympic team. But then she went to the Olympic committee and said, "Look, my sister is better than I am. She was sick. I'm going to give up my position. I want my sister." And they said, okay. They put her in there.
Well, I got news for you. If somebody gave me an opportunity to ski and then shoot and then ski and then shoot, I would give that to my brother as well. I want nothing to do with that dumb shit.
Well, and you don't expect a lot from them because one of them, and you can't tell which one is which, the highest that ever came in was like 28th. Right. So they're not gonna, it's just the experience of being flown over to Russia and waiting for the bombs to go off right there in the stadium. So, yeah. So, Shuli, what are you doing? You left your desk to come in for Ira's birthday?
I did. I saw Ira in the halls, and I do this.
That's right.
He was with Dr. Harry Fish.
I was with Dr. Fish. From 4 to 5, and I promised Ira I would stop by and wish him a happy birthday.
Can he give me a prostate exam?
He totally can.
He can?
Yeah. He's a knee doctor, but he'll do it.
Would he use a glove, or would he go...
Totally up to you, Kev. Totally up to you.
Now, what does Dr. Fish do?
He's a urologist.
Oh, he would give me an exam.
Board certified and professor of urology.
Is he on the Howard channels?
Yeah, we do a health show, every Wednesday for an hour on the channel, on 101.
Wow. What about his fingernails? Are they clipped nice?
Very manicured extremely well.
Yeah, because, when he's doing the finger exam, you don't want a big fingernail.
He does 2 fingers, though, if that's all right.
I will take the 2-finger.
We always want a second opinion.
Where is his office located?
Hey, Garrett, cue me when to laugh, because I haven't heard anything yet.
The 2 fingers.
Someone's feeling left out.
You always want a second opinion. That's
not funny.
Left
out.
That's funny.
No, not left out. Just if you're both comedians, I feel badly for both.
He sounds so left out, right?
I'm not left out.
That's what
Let's
left
go to
out sounds like.
Martina Navratilova.
Wow, the stars are just calling in for
Martina.
Let's go, Martina. Martina Navratilova. Yes.
Hello, Jay. How are you?
Hey, Martina.
I'm fine. Hello.
How's my brother in gayness, Kevin Meaney?
I'm great, Martina. How are you doing, honey?
I'm doing wonderful.
You sound great.
These younger kids, I took up smoking. These younger kids out there now playing this tennis, they just don't know how to play.
Right.
No, they don't know how to play. Right.
They just, it's too hot.
Yeah.
Oh, my water bottle welded to the floor. It's just ridiculous.
Martina, next time you call, just
lose the Brooklyn accent, maybe too.
Yeah, just
he's got
write
great
a couple
material.
of lines.
I like it.
All right, thank you, Martina.
That's the funniest call I think I have.
All right.
You gotta call it my balls stuck to the court. Something like that. Tennis balls? No.
There is a national shortage of Velveeta.
I know.
I know.
Are you serious?
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Real.
But the gooey, bright yellow cheese product.
Velveeta.
Because of all the ball games or something, there is a shortage. Mm-hmm. They're calling it a cheese apocalypse.
Cheeseopolis?
Yeah, one fan tweeted, "If this is true, I'm going to die." Now, why would they have a shortage of Velveeta? Why would that sound...
Because there was a big chemical spill in West Virginia.
Oh, that's right.
That's where all the Velveeta comes from.
Where the Velveeta was?
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't think the government's taking this away from us, okay, first they tried Twinkies, now Velveeta cheese.
And big sodas.
Oh, big sodas are a thing of the past, Kevin.
I don't even smoke anymore.
Nothing.
What is a milk,
I can't
Garrett,
smoke
what is
electric cigarettes anymore.
What is a milk byproduct? What is that? A milk byproduct?
Cheese?
No.
Curd?
It's what's in Velveeta.
Yes.
It's a milk byproduct.
It's
I don't know what it is.
It's a chemical.
It's food produced from the milk of mammals.
It's really up there. It's right up there with nicotine. It is super addicting.
No, that's dairy product. Never mind.
This always drives me crazy. Jim Carrey said, "I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they ever dreamed of,
Ryan,
so they can see that it's not the answer." And that kind of statement pisses me off.
Yeah, there's the thing that, I'll never go to see another one of his movies again.
No, but you know what? I mean it. It's like, he is so full of shit. He has whatever background he has, and he's unhappy and all that shit.
Then give every penny to charity and go get a job bussing tables like John from John and Kate
me.
Plus
They're
8.
dead wrong. No, they're dead wrong. Because it is fun to have fame and fun to have money, isn't it, Kevin? It is. It's a great
of course
time.
it is.
What are you asking Kevin for?
Because at one point, both of us have had a little money and we had some fame. It's just really,
There's no way that Jim Carrey's problems come anywhere close to my problems. I guarantee you that. And the one reason is because he's fucking loaded. He's got a ton of money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But the money does not make you happy, but it certainly helps.
Right.
Okay? It helps you where you don't have to worry about how am I going to pay my child support.
And you know how much better life gets when you don't have to fucking worry?
I pay more child support than Governor McGreevey. Okay, he was the fucking governor of New Jersey.
Oh, I remember we had him on, and I said, "God, Garrett," he got all upset. I said,
he pays $800 a month for child support.
I said, when you were young, did you think about doing stuff with boys? Meaning, was he gay when he was young? And he got all upset. I didn't say when you were. Well, I did. I didn't mean to, do it like that.
Well, you know what it is? You have great questions when you approach that territory. It's just the delivery of them isn't always great.
Yeah.
Eddie Izzard, for example, was an interesting question, just the way it was presented.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon, you fucked up all that one. There's no explaining that.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Best interview ever, don't get me wrong.
All time.
Oh, that's great radio.
I mean, the fact that he, responded the way he did is unfortunate. Yeah.
Hey, listen, you're still getting great guests. Who did I get you the other day? Jimmy Celeste.
Yeah, that was great.
So, he was great.
Dear Jay, this is the Jay Thomas Show at Gmail. I was listening to your show last night on the way home from my office. I heard you comment how your funds had just recovered since the downturn in the market to their value prior to the downturn. Have you ever considered working with a financial advisor? A good advisor who develops a plan with you and works at the plan to help you reach your financial goals. I'm not bragging, but you may receive it that way. My clients who stayed with their plans and made modest changes to their portfolios not only recovered all their funds, but are way up in their account
values. This guy is, he's probably trying to, get you to, the Wolf of Wall Street.
Right.
Yogi Berra once said, if you don't know where you're going, any direction will get you there.
Thank you, Yogi.
Whatever your name is, I have a financial advisor. We do just fine. I went down to half or less, or 1/3, or went down 2/3.
But you stayed the course. You didn't pull anything out?
I think that my financial advisor getting 66% of my investments back to level is fantastic.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, come on. We went down. Everybody did.
What did you do in 1929? What did you do?
Believe it or not, my accountant is from the University of Chicago, and they invented, starting after 1929, at the University of Chicago, they invented a formula. And that formula's been used by economists from the University of Chicago, and you couldn't get in on it unless you deposited $4 or $5 million or something. And about 10 years ago, they allowed regular people to start investing, and they put together some numbers, and that's what I did. I put all my money into this University of Chicago investment pie, believe it or not, and they did. They figured out that from 1929, if you kept your money in the stock market, it continued to rise gradually over time. And they figured out a way to lower your risk and stuff, and so when people joke about 1929, there are a lot. If you could keep your money in the Ford Motor Company, let's say, you made plenty of money.
Not in GM though.
I don't. Well, GM wasn't around.
Well,
were they around?
Sure, they were. General Motors has been around for 100 years.
Right. Well, you in this formula, if a company goes bankrupt, you sell all your stock. You get out of it. You don't. They ask, it's why Bernie Madoff, he would never answer questions. Like, if I said I wanted to give Bernie Madoff $1 million.
Hey, I'm Bernie Madoff. Ask me a question.
You know what'd be great? Let's get Kevin Bacon on the phone and do this.
No, my accountant would have called him up and asked him some specific questions. Bernie Madoff would have refused to answer the questions, would have refused to show him stuff, and so we wouldn't have invested with him. And that's exactly what happened, is that Bernie said, give me your money and don't ask me any questions. Who the fuck says that?
A guy that's ripping you off blindly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Let's go to E-Man from Newport. Newport what? Newport, Rhode Island? Where are you? Which Newport are you in? E-Man. Line 2, please. What?
Virginia.
Newport News, Virginia. Yes, go ahead, E-Man.
Oh, beautiful area.
I want to say happy birthday to Ira.
Thank you.
And I also want to say happy birthday to my little sister. Her birthday's today, Nicole. I love you so much.
Nicole, happy
why you got to make this about her? This is Ira's birthday.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Next minute here, she's in a wheelchair. Get rid of him.
And it's Martin Luther King's birthday.
He can wait.
It is.
No, that's next week.
No, it isn't. That's the holiday. Hey. He's correct. Today's the day.
Oh,
wow.
That's right.
You've been stumped.
How old is he?
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Well, we get Ira some scratch paper.
You know what? I got another one. Hold on a minute. Dear Jay, I have developed a free interactive feature for radio shows called Chatwing. Hundreds of radio shows use me. You can live chat and people interact with your content during the show.
Yeah, that's what we do on Facebook.
Yeah, you do it. I'd never do it. He meant for me to do it. You mean in the middle of my show, someone's going to say something, and I'm going to be chatting with them online?
Yes. You kind of know. It's like seeing an email, but instantly.
No, I'm working. I'm at work. I can't be.
I send you emails.
You can't
I send you emails during the show also, and you read it and talk about it.
And what about Vincent on Facebook? He's always commenting on everything. Everything.
Yep.
Right?
You're right. Vincent is Garrett's boyfriend.
No, I don't want to be commenting.
Okay.
Stations are starting to see the value in keeping users on their own site.
The thing is, you could just do this on Facebook, and then everyone could chat there, and you don't have to pay a company for
God forbid, I don't want to be... You guys chat with them. I don't want to be chatting with everybody.
We do chat with them throughout the whole show, but not on this.
If you send me an email, I don't send you back a message. I might go, okay, or yes, or something like that, but I'm not going to try and type some sentence while I'm talking.
No. You don't talk. You don't type. You just read.
It's as if you're taking a phone call, but you're just not talking back to them. You can see feedback. What they're saying. Yeah.
Oh, and we got a phone here. Let them call me on the phone.
Easy to get
on. Brian says, I love hearing Kevin say things like, I got married in Vegas because I didn't want people to think I was gay, or I kept this pretty big secret for years. He's joking, right? Because I remember in the early 90s seeing Kevin Meaney on Comedy Central and thinking, hey, that guy is doing a gay character.
Really? See, now everybody's like this Monday morning quarterback. They all thought they knew. Oh, I knew he was gay. You know, but that's, well, you know, a lot of people.
That's pretty funny, though.
My mom and dad, they saw you, I don't remember which resort or some vacation thing a long time ago, and my mom says, I saw him before he was gay, and I had no idea. She had no idea. So you fooled somebody.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sasha says you recommended a movie, Jay, called Lords of War, and I saw it. It was really good. No. I recommended, although that is a good movie,
Lord of the Rings.
I recommended No Man's Land. That's what I recommended. And it's a foreign movie out of Serbia or Croatia, and it tells the entire story and shows you the ridiculousness of that conflict. Sean says, I love the show. I pleasure myself to Christina's voice every day.
Really?
See you later, Ira.
Wow.
Bye, Ira. Happy birthday.
Have a great meal. Have a great dinner.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Bye-bye, Jay.
Goodbye, Ira. Yeah. I used to work on cruise ships, and you were talking about Willard the Duck and the guy that fired you using the duck. We used to have ventriloquists on the ship all the time. And most of the time, I would ask a question of the guy, and the dummy would answer. I thought it was strange until I figured out that the entertainer was much freer when he spoke through his dummy.
That's true.
Then I learned from the cabin stewards who took care of the entertainers' cabins, the dummies would many times be placed in a spare bed in pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
They put them to. Have you worked with ventriloquists?
Yeah, I've worked with ventriloquists before, and it's a different world. You know, I remember I was in Miami, Ohio, and I forget the ventriloquist's name, but he was next to me, and we were in a motel, and I was on the phone with, you know, I don't know, my mom or something, and next door I was going, he's talking, the dummy's talking. And it was like late at night, and I could hear them having this conversation, but I guess it was just more of a rehearsal thing, you know, that's just the way they have to rehearse, you know, but it was kind of weird, you know, that they were having a full-blown
You ever have one on the radio, Jay? A ventriloquist?
No, I've never. No.
Because they don't know what to do, because you bring out your puppet, but no one can see it, so do you just do the voice with no puppet?
Yeah,
and sometimes they need the puppet.
Charlie McCarthy.
We've had Jeff Dunham here a bunch of times, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, he brings the puppet.
Yeah, he brings a whole suitcase full of puppets.
Right, yeah.
And then we just take pictures and post them on the
But
internet.
Charlie McCarthy, I mean, you know, he started on radio, Edgar Bergen and...
Well, that's why he moved his lips when he got
right.
back on television.
Yeah.
He started moving his lips. And this guy goes on to say that we had a woman ventriloquist. She would have the cabin steward take the suntan lotion off her dummy before they went to sleep.
Oh, please.
That's what he said.
Yeah, well, they are a strange breed.
Otto and George
Otto
and
George are great.
Great.
This is an unfortunate,
totally
unfortunate email for Garrett Andrews. We're getting quite a few complaints. I'm not fooling around, Jay, when I say this. Garrett is making the show increasingly hard to listen to.
Oh, how?
He constantly defends the worst people in the world, starting with his hero, George Zimmerman.
I think I know who this is.
Then he was defending the woman who told all women that they were losers for gaining weight after pregnancy. The woman who worked as a fitness instructor for a living. He turned his roommate in a split second, turned him in for child porn, and he wasn't even sure about that. The guy was arrested, and who knows if there was even a crime. Then he was sure the Black Santa who was shot in the ass with a pellet gun was pulling a scam. And now he is defending a miserable old fart who killed a texter in a movie theater. A second ago, he said, I don't hit my girlfriend, but I can see why people do. Jay, it's getting nuts.
It's getting better and
He
better.
will throw anybody under the bus without so much as a glance. If I were you, Jay, I would watch my back.
You know, I guess when you put that all kind of together like that, it really doesn't look good, Garrett.
Heard him
Doesn't
say,
look good.
I don't beat my girlfriend, but I get why people.
And I noticed when you mentioned the film 12 Years a Slave, I kept waiting for Garrett to defend slavery on some level.
You want to make a comment on 12 Years a Slave?
Oh,
Keep
boy.
my mouth shut.
My mouth hurts from laughing that hard.
Wow.
Do you have any idea what weird shit he must be up to in his off hours?
Mm-hmm.
He is incredibly angry. I won't stop listening to his show, but I will tell you this, that there is something wrong with Garrett. Signed, Lisa. Well, that's part of the fun here, Lisa, that we have, 6 people that come in, and he's one of them. And I think if I was really psychologically looking at it, I believe you do a lot of things for effect, Garrett, but that's all right. That's okay. Okay. You want to be noticed, and sadly, it's because you do
very truthful.
Negative. You do? All right.
Yeah, I do.
But that is funny,
He's a
though.
nice man. I like Garrett.
I would never hit my girlfriend, but I understand why people do.
See?
Sure. All right.
I can see
All
that.
right. Stay where you are. A lot more coming.
Jay Thomas.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
It's all about the love.
The Jay Thomas Show.
Afternoons.
Indeed, Sirius XM 104.
Let's go to Rod, who is in Florida. He called us at 866-99-SIRIUS. No, 99-INDY. Yeah, Rod, go ahead. Hello.
Hey, just wanted to say the show is excellent today. Very good show.
Thank
Wonderful.
you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. What's your
ask
favorite?
one more
What's your favorite part? What part caused you?
I don't know if it's because of the addition of Julie, but the show is really
Julie?
good.
Because of Julie.
Who's Julie?
Julie.
Oh, that's
Julie
the worst.
The Julie.
Oh, I thought
You know what? He came in. He and Kevin made each other not funny, and then he left.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Two comics looking for a fucking punchline. I just sat.
Yeah, really, no doubt. Looking for employment. Hey, got a question for you.
Yeah, what is it?
Is there any chance, you got that pretty brunette on there, any chance you guys are going to have a topless edition of the show?
Oh.
No, what are you, like a Howard Stern guy? By the way, what do you get out of looking at a picture of tits? What do you get out of that?
Oh, I'm just joking with you guys. Come on. Liven up.
It was really
Really?
Just joking around.
My
Never
tits
gotten
were
that.
made for
and how about looking up a woman's dress? I never have understood that. Why look up a dress?
Such a liar.
Garrett lays down on his back in the lobby and waits.
You're talking to me? Why would I want to
see a girl going up an escalator in a short skirt? You're not going to look up and hope you can see upper skirt a little?
What
are you going to see?
See what?
The darkness that is her vagina.
The places she doesn't want you to see.
It's the abyss.
The forbidden fruit.
One day,
sure is.
One day I was in a bar and I saw this woman, and she had her legs open, and I could see in there, and it was kind of dark, and I said, hey, I can see up there. She says, what do you think you can see? I said, I can see your black undies. She says, no, those are flies. All right, there you go. That was the last time I looked up a woman's dress.
When you see a woman breastfeeding, do you try to look at the boob?
No.
A little?
No.
You try to get a peek.
Okay, Garrett.
What?
You think he's revealing too much, Kevin?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I think everyone does. They just won't admit it. But everyone's trying to sneak a little peek.
A look at a woman breastfeeding a child?
Yeah,
Well,
they're
let me
doing
tell
it
you
out in
this.
public.
But now they have those giant bibs that they put over the baby.
You know,
Big
Starbucks.
areola, you know, and leaking all over
Starbucks,
the place.
Like a zebra.
I'm not saying it's hot.
Starbucks got sued. Some woman was in there, maybe it was in Manhattan. She was breastfeeding, and they told her to stop doing it, and she sued them. And
She
you know,
should.
it's now, you know, legal to have your
you can
your
be.
boobs out. All right, thank
the
you,
Pope
Rod.
just
Thank
said
you
the
very
other
much.
day the Pope let some woman breastfeed in the Vatican at the Sistine Chapel the other day. She goes, go, take your breast out and feed the baby. And the woman took her breast out and fed their 19-year-old kid. Yeah, he was still
She was still lactating.
Still lactating. Yeah.
Do you have any?
Feed your
baby. Christina, do you like Keisha, the singer Keisha?
Kesha?
You like her?
No.
Is it Kesha?
Mhm.
You don't like her?
No.
Do we have some of that? Because she's in rehab now, but
It's about time.
It's eating rehab. She had an eating disorder.
Is she a big gal?
Because she sings about brushing her teeth with a bottle of Jack.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city. Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. 'Cause when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Can pedicure on our toes, toes. Trying on all our clothes, clothes. Boys blowing up our phones, phones. Drop top and playing our favorite CD.
So Kesha has entered rehab for an eating disorder. The singer has told friends that nasty cracks about her weight and her size. Is
she heavy?
Remember when I used to say that to you guys?
From her producer, Dr. Luke, where she blamed that for her problem. Luke, who signed Kesha to a deal at 18, has worked with Miley Cyrus and Rihanna. He told her during a music video shoot that she looked like a fucking refrigerator.
That's what a lot of people say about her. There's been some bikini pictures of her, and she has a very square body.
She was a huge party girl, like how Snooki was, and she was not careful and big and not really working out and she was a drunk.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And I became
She's
very
spending
big.
30 days in the Timberline Knolls Clinic near Chicago.
Let's go out and see
where I'm quoting now, she is going to learn to love herself again. She said, I am going to come out a crusader for being yourself and for loving yourself.
Okay.
But I've found it hard to practice. I tell you what, I would love to be waiting for her in 30 days.
What would you
when
say?
she emerges. Hey!
With her tight little body.
Hey! Hold on a minute. Hey, GE, how you doing over there? How you doing? Hey, Frost Free, what's happening over there?
You're such an asshole.
Hey.
What's GE?
I'd love to.
What's Frost Free?
General Electric, you know.
He's still calling her a refrigerator, people. Come on.
Hey, Frigidaire. Hey, LG. How's it going, LG? What's happening over
Kesha's
there?
mom said that after she went on a 14-day juice cleanse, he said, thank God you finally got rid of the weight. We've all been talking about it.
14-day juice cleanse.
But what about Adele? Adele doesn't feel this
She
pressure?
does because Adele is talented.
Adele got married.
Actually, you know what? No, this isn't talented. Adele can
It's a
sing.
good song.
Okay, but she didn't make it. You know what else would happen? What's her name? Gabrielle Sidibe from Precious. People were saying horrible things about her on Twitter after the Golden Globes about her dress, and she responded to it. I was definitely upset while I was flying on that private jet to my dream job. Like, big
so you have
fuck
money,
you to
so that
everybody.
is fine.
Well, now,
She's morbidly obese, and she needs to change
but
her
I'm
habits.
just saying, she responded to her fans or not
Well,
fans.
she
while
can't
Kesha was
fly on
throwing
a
up all
regular
of her
airline because
food.
she's too fat.
Well,
How about
I
that?
called her a refrigerator, and now she's,
No, people have to stop eating. I mean, and nobody gives the, it's all like, oh, that's fine. You're hungry. You got to put the fork down, put the spoons down. You're eating too much food. You don't need all that food.
We're constantly putting stuff in our mouth.
Yep.
Like chips and nuts and water. Everyone has a bottle of water. Everyone has
and then you're leaking.
A go bag of food. You're dripping.
You're dripping because you're drinking too. You know, you don't need to be that hydrated.
Well, I drink a gallon of water a day.
But when you were a kid and playing all day, did you have a bottle of water with you or a canteen of water? Never.
No.
And you'd play all day and then get home and drink a glass.
But I had heat prostration twice.
Oh, well, okay, maybe there's
What's
heat
prostration?
I laid out. I was done. All my fluids left my body.
Really? Well, that's because you were in Louisiana, too. So, you know, so your mother says, get in here, John. Have some of that water.
Let's go to
Cajun water.
Jeff of Pennsylvania. Yes, Jeff, go ahead. Jeff of Pennsylvania.
Hey, Jay, you had said a while ago that if you were sure you would get in that Kate McCall movie, you had a couple of interesting Nick Nolte stories to tell, and now that it apparently isn't going to be released or will be released delayed, I wonder if you were willing to share them.
Well, I was in the makeup chair, and I was getting my makeup done and my hair, and Nick Nolte comes in, and he was not nice to me, grunted, didn't say hello. Most of the time, people come in and they say, hi, I'm Nick, and I'm Jay, and how you doing? And I had a nice part, really big part in the movie. And I had a scene with him and everything, you know, but didn't say anything. So I'm sitting there, and the woman, he has really long hair, really long. And he's a big, big guy, and he was limping, and he had a cane and everything else. What I'm going to tell you is going to sound not true, but it happened. And she's having trouble combing something out of his hair. Like there's something stuck in his hair.
Semen?
And this thing flies out of it. This like thing, like something, you know, like about the size of your thumb. Have I told you this, Kevin?
No.
Have I told you this? And she catches it and she puts it in her pocket. And I'm looking straight ahead. And the person that was doing my makeup and all leaves for a minute, and then I hear Nolte, she hands him something, he goes, I was wondering where that thing was, thanks. And he leaves.
Yeah.
So the woman turns to me, I don't know her from Adam.
Right.
And I am sitting in the chair, minding my own business, and she says, do you want to know what that was?
Yeah.
And I said, what? She said, well, you know, he has a baby. He has a little baby. And I'm thinking, no. She says, I thought it was a pacifier that was stuck in his hair, but it was a vibrating cock ring.
What?
It was stuck in his hair. Yeah.
And he has a
the
baby?
ones you buy
What?
with a rubber. You know, you buy them with a rubber they come with a Trojan, and it's got a condom, and it's you press a button and it vibrates, and it comes in a package.
Why? How come that wasn't in the box yesterday, Christina, the vibrating cock
I don't
ring?
know. But
I mean,
that
I
was
took
stuck.
the only thing that
So
vibrated.
that's
in that
my
box.
Nick Nolte story.
So, sorry.
So the guy's like 70 years old, has a little baby and a cock ring stuck in his hair. So that was my story.
Okay, I have big news for you.
What is it?
That movie, The Trials of Kate McCullough, released in Hungary in November 28th, 2013, and Japan, February 22nd of this year. It'll be released.
Wow.
So
You know what's so
international.
sad? The woman and the guy that produced it worked their asses off. They were very nervous. They raised all the money. And I'm sure it's a good movie. I have no idea why they don't, release it in the United States. And I feel badly for them because, they were working their asses off, and it wasn't a bad movie. And Kate Beckinsale worked her ass off. I mean, it was hard. She plays an alcoholic.
Do you think the studios have anything to do with that? Since
it's not a studio movie.
But since it's an independent film, that was my point. Like a studio will somehow say, okay, I don't want, make sure this movie's not released in the United States for whatever reason.
I don't know. No.
What was the name of your character? Lawn Crane?
I play her. Yeah, what is it again?
Lawn Crane? L-O-N-C-R-A-N.
No. Lawn Crane. No, Lawn Crane is the bad guy. We defend Lawn Crane.
You are.
Oh, it says Lawn Crane, my name is?
IMDb, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You're Lawn Crane.
No, I thought we defended Lawn Crane. But I play her boss, and I make her defend a guy who's an asshole. And I tell her she'd been out because of, drinking and all that stuff. And I say, look, you want to work here, you got to do this. And, so I play an asshole, which apparently I do very well. And, I liked the part. I did it, So, anyway, so that's that story. Let's go to Shalom from Massachusetts. Yes, Shalom, go ahead.
Hi, Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Ira, happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mazel tov,
Thank
mazel
you.
tov.
Oh, beautiful.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
All right, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
What
do you want? What do you want? Stop it all that. What do you want? What do you want?
Yes.
I want tickets to Howard's party.
Oh. You know what? If I had them, I'd make you dig them out of my ass. I don't care anything about that party. I don't care anything about that party or you. Okay?
Well, I love you, Jay.
I don't care anything about that party or you.
Jay, even though
why would I want to promote some multi-millionaire's birthday party when in the summertime I'm having my open bar party where you have to pay to get in? All right?
I'll be there, too.
And by the way, we're keeping the door for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right? $20 a head to get in, and then you have to buy the booze. And you want an autographed picture? Another 20.
I'll buy you whatever you want, Jay.
All right. Thank you. Shalom.
Shalom,
Let's
shalom.
go to Fish of Wisconsin. Yes, Fish. Go ahead.
Hi, Jay. Hey, man, I really love your show. Thank you so much, and good to hear you back again, man.
Thank you.
Hey, happy birthday to you, Ira.
Thank you.
All right. He's gone.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
Can I just remind you that the season premiere of Duck Dynasty is on tonight at 10 o'clock if you're interested.
Oh, great.
I know
I know that he got an anal bleaching kit for Christmas.
Hey, I enjoy you too, Kevin. You guys, thank you very much for the entertainment.
You're welcome.
All right, buddy. Thanks very much. All right. All right. Well, the show will continue. Now, somebody sent me a note just now, and it is impossible for me to I'm trying to answer this note while I'm on the air. How would I chat with people?
Yeah,
I
you're
can't
not
even
chatting. They're just writing what
You're
they're
reading.
saying. Yeah, and you're just reading it, and then you say, "Oh, Steve from Detroit says blah 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 blah." It's like a message
okay.
board, but you don't have to respond. You can just respond on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I could never talk on the air and then,
No.
I couldn't do that.
No.
It takes me forever to type also. I type with, like...
You never took a typing class, Jay?
I did.
I'm surprised
I did.
you didn't.
But I was going down in the French Quarter to do stand-up, and I started the typing class, and then I started doing stand-up down in the French Quarter. I was like 16 years old, and then I started going to the YMCA, touching the wall, or going into the class for like a minute, and then leaving, and then going to do jokes so that I wouldn't be lying to my dad. And what's funny is, it's really weird that my dad said this. My dad was a great typist, and he was really upset that I didn't know how to type, even though I'd gone to this 3-month class or 6 months. I was terrible at it. But he said to me, you're lucky you're funny, because you'll never be able to work in an office. He said that to me.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to have a regular job. Now, there are people that
was the one thing that they told me when I guess I was in 10th grade, that typing is so important to learn.
Yeah.
And,
God.
And I really, that was like one of the only classes that I really did well in. And I got up to like 80 words a minute. I mean, I was really fast, but I never learned the numbers. I said, what do I need the numbers for? Numbers are up there, I'm just going to go with the keys, So, the letters. And I did very well. Mrs. Hanick, and she would tape my keys. They would tape them over so you couldn't see them, so you couldn't look down.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I didn't, because in this world now, Garrett, you're a fast typer, right? Real fast.
I mean, I'm not real fast,
But you know the keyboard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of have to keep an eye out, though.
Yeah. I don't think they have the typing classes that they had when I was a kid.
No, they don't need them.
a typing class in high school.
The kids learned, because when they got computers, my kids are unbelievable with the typing. When they got computers to figure out how to get their messages out or whatever they were doing, they just had to go bat out of hell. And I got one. He must do 110 or whatever words a minute. It's so fast. It's stupid how fast he can type.
I mean, I can type fast, but then I have to, then I go back and I have to correct all the mistakes and. No,
I correct all that.
Yeah.
I correct all that. I mean, I have a machine that does all that.
Yeah.
But I'm a yep and no guy. People send me, they'll send me something or other, and yep, nope.
But now everyone types on their phone, so you can't even use home keys or anything like that.
I like when I get an email from Jay, there's no spacing, just ellipses everywhere, and there's no rhyme or reason to any of it. It's just one long sentence.
No, I don't. But you know what?
Spend 20 minutes decoding the email.
You're not being graded, you're just sending a message.
If you will look back during, I want to say that it's Shakespeare's time. He wrote the word phonetically so that you would understand it. He would misspell words, but he wrote them so you would understand them.
So did Mark Twain.
A lot of people did that, and so, that's me. You know what I'm saying. You don't need capitals.
So does Rosie. Go on Rosie's blog.
Well, Cormac McCarthy doesn't tell you which character is speaking. You read one of his books, and there is dialogue throughout the book, and you don't know who's speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You have to figure it out. So, the reason why the New Orleans Saints defensive coach, Rob Ryan, Garrett, who is the brother of your head coach of the Jets, he has not been considered ever for a head coaching job, and do you know why?
Why is that?
Wait.
Do you know why?
I'm going to say his weight.
Oh, his
brother's fat. No, it's his hair.
We were all waiting.
I know. We realized that after I said
I thought he was going to Google it or something. Wait, he's probably Googling it. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's Googling it.
Yeah, I don't know,
but his hair?
Yeah, his hair is really long. Now, he is a big drinker and a big eater, and he hangs out at a restaurant bar.
You think that has anything to do with it? That he's
I think it's called Maze, right near my house in New Orleans. And no, he's not drunk. He just, is a big drinker and eater. But it's because of his hair. His hair is shoulder length, and he's a wild man. They say that these NFL guys don't want him on the sideline. He's never interviewed for a head coaching job, ever. It's kind of weird. And, he's been around the league for a long time.
But that was his first playoff win as a coach, as a coordinator. In all the years he's been in football, he's never won a playoff game.
Maybe that's it also. But I guess they're afraid if you have long hair, you're gonna, I don't know what. What are you gonna do? You're gonna
smoking pot and
too
long
cool
hair
or whatever.
Probably
your
having gay sex.
Your guy licks his wife's toes.
Yeah.
Who, Rex?
Do you know that about? No, the coach.
The Jets guy.
The Jets coach.
What's his name?
Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Rex.
You don't meet many guys by the name of Rex.
And when they do, they're toe lickers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that weird?
But they have pictures of her with her feet out of the window and him touching him and all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of cool that they had this kind of sexy thing going. They've been married for a long time.
Cool. It was so gross.
A lot of people are into feet.
What? Why is it gross?
It was just gross to see him with it. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I just, if it's...
Maybe if you had some Swiss cheese over those feet.
Through the holes.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's the worst smelling cheese. Put it in your feet, it's even worse.
Congress is about to say to the Indians, enough with the gambling. How about that one? I love that. I love that.
Hey, just one more casino up in the Catskills. Please. I want a Mohegan Sun right by my house.
No.
It's a good thing you said this after Ira left.
Yeah.
They're saying it's enough. It's enough. You know what? I totally agree. Okay? I totally agree. I mean, really. And they don't pay taxes.
No.
And
then cigarettes
they
are really cheap there. You can get that. And they're good cigarettes. They're Indian cigarettes. They have no preservatives in them. You smoke those cigarettes, Garrett?
I'm sorry.
Really?
I'm sorry what happened to them and stuff. But, you got to cut your hair and come off the reservation and, join us. You know what I mean? Join us. You can't. I drove on a reservation once, And I drove deep into the reservation there, and I was visiting my son in Arizona, and it was Sweat Lodge Day or something, and I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm driving in, and I'm looking around, and the guys come out, and they were very rude. What are you doing here? I said, well, I saw the reservation. I want to see well, it's Sweat Lodge Day. And I'm thinking, oh, you're going to go in that tent over there, and you're all going to sweat and smoke a peace pipe? You know. Weird.
You just don't understand them.
And they had like 4 casinos, not one, 4 of them, down about a mile from each other. You know,
they're still living in the teepee.
No, the houses were horrible.
Yeah,
horrible houses. And they were going. What do they do in the sweat lodge? What happens in there? They sweat.
Sweat,
right?
Yeah.
I love the guy this wasn't an Indian guy, this is a guy, or Native American. This is a guy that put people in sweat lodge and they died.
Yeah.
That's my favorite guy. That's my favorite guy. Fucking idiots. They're in there stretching and then they died. Oh, by the way, heat prostration. All right? We got it.